Advantage once more to 5 points over Celtic at the top of the table. Kilmarnock need the points to move away from the relegation area. Time to sit back for our first half commentary, coming to you from Rugby Park live here on Sportsound with Cammy Bell, Alan Preston and your match commentator Kerry Nidsan.
Good evening everybody. Saturday night's all right for football, especially on BBC Radio Scotland, especially if you have any connection with Hearts. Come the last Saturday in March, the Tynecastle title chasers will still be top of the table. The only question remaining is how far clear they'll be when Dundee come calling in Gorgie next week. We'll get the answer over the next couple of hours. The gap right now is 2 points, with Celtic chasing hard following today's win over Motherwell. Will the gap come closer play tonight be 2, 3 or back to the cushion of 5? Can Kilmarnock kill the recent maroon momentum and give their own chances of top flight survival a real shot in the arm? Livingston's dogged recent resistance means they are now within 6 points of Killie as things stand, although the home side tonight, if they win, will join 10th place St Mirren on 24 points. There is so much at stake at both ends of the table. There's a huge Hearts support in the Chadwick stand away to my left. Both the teams are out. Let me quickly run through them for you. Kilmarnock have Killaroos in goals, Michael Schoening-Larsen, George Stanger, Robbie Dees and Jamie Brandon, Liam Polworth, David Watson, Aaron Tishbola, Greg Kilty, Finlay Curtis and Joe Hugel. Hearts, Schwoloff in goal, Steinwender, Halkett, McCartan, Milne, Magnuson, Leonard, Spittle and Kizaridis, Kabori and Braga up top. The match referee David Dickinson is looking to his watch right now. We are pretty much ready to go. This should be an absolute cracker. And away we go. Hearts in their traditional maroon tops and white shorts have the kick-off. They lose it straight away though, and Kilmarnock chip the ball straight upfield, and an early involvement in these opening seconds for the Hearts goalkeeper Alexander Schwoloff, who just chips the ball high up into the stand below us. Cammy Bell, League Cup winner with Kilmarnock. What are you expecting from the home side today?
Again, it was a good start from Kilmarnock, trying to play in Hearts' half. I mentioned it before the game, get the ball up in Hearts' half and play as much up there as possible, because you've got the players that can hurt them. Again, looking at the top end of the pitch, Hugel, Curtis, they can all hurt these Hearts team. Hearts
coming forward now for the first time in the match with Pierre Landry Kabori. He gets his feet all in a fankle. He's done well though to come back and retain possession back to halfway. And Harry Milne up to Blair Spittle, who's got kind of luminous lime boots on, chips the ball up towards Braga. The header is an effort on goal. It's easy for the goalkeeper Killaroos though. Alan Preston, formerly of Hearts, decent effort that.
Yeah, good ball in from Spittle. We talked about his quality pre-match, and it was a decent ball in, but all the pace, Braga's got to try and generate all the pace on the ball, couldn't do it, but it's a decent enough start after a poor centre kick-off. It went back to Leonard and he was very nonchalant, gave the ball away and it allowed Kilmarnock to break.
Alan Preston, Cammy Bell and myself, Kerry Nidsan, with the live commentary for you on BBC Radio Scotland on this Saturday evening. We've played a minute and a half. It's goalless here at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock 0, Hearts 0, but both sides looking enterprising, coming forward. Kilmarnock now trying to get the ball into the Hearts penalty area. Will they win the first corner of the game? I think they will. Corner to Kilmarnock.
It was good from Kilmarnock. Again, it's Stranger just plays a ball down the line, asks the Hearts defender to defend it, and Killie picks up that second ball because it looks as if he's just playing in that 10 role.
In the first couple of minutes of the game, corner to Kilmarnock over on the right hand side as they attack. Going left to right, it's really confident the main stand. In comes a corner, it's flicked on at the near post. It's a bit of a waste. However, they might get a chance to deliver the ball back into the area. That's much better delivery, but up go the heads from Hearts. I think that was Halkett underneath that one. Tishbola for Kilmarnock will pick up and come back to halfway, and they'll just build from the back. Nice ball played across this right hand side in towards David Watson, now attacking the Hearts penalty area. Good start this from Kilmarnock. Little back heel even from Watson, goes harmlessly back for a goal kick to Hearts. We've played 2.5 goalless minutes. Kilmarnock 0, Hearts 0.
Yeah, very good start from Kilmarnock. It's been good, playing balls down the line in between McCart and Milne. You know that Milne will want to go down tight on Watson if he can, so there's a little gap there, and already Kilmarnock have dropped a couple of balls into that area.
Goal kick to the league leaders. Alexander Schwoloff kicks it out. His 25th appearance for Hearts. He's got 13 clean sheets, and he's been solid since he's been in the Hearts team. Made his debut at Ibrox in a 2-0 win. How much work will the Hearts goalie have to do this evening? At the moment, Kilmarnock have the ball deep inside their own half, and it's an early feel of the ball for George Stanger, who's not started a match this year. His last game was back in December, so he's back in the team. Neil McCann making big changes. Brandon coming in as well for Kilmarnock. And their goalkeeper Kelly Roos plays a long ball forward. It's easy for the Hearts captain Craig Halkett, but his header doesn't go too far, and Kilmarnock pick up over on their left hand side. Hearts funneling back to try and defend. Slide tackle comes in, it's out for a throw in over on that left hand side. That's good play from Steinbender with the bright orange boots across on that right hand side. Throw-ins taken quickly. Kilmarnock showing good early signs of pressure and endeavour and energy, trying to put the league leaders under pressure. They have it down the left hand side. Chancey for Kilmarnock to deliver the ball into the area. Who's that come off? Still the headers there near the penalty spot. Hearts struggling to get the ball out of their own box. Kilmarnock showing good early pressure. Shot comes in deflected. It's off the post. I think the goalkeeper got a touch there. That might go down as a really good save. Kilmarnock really unlucky in these opening 4 minutes, hitting the post, and Hearts struggling to get the ball out of their own half at the moment. I'll bring the guys in for their thoughts in just a second, but Hearts will try and break up the pitch with Braga. He's hustled out of things, though. There's a real energy and desire about Kilmarnock in his opening goalless 5 minutes, and that was unlucky hitting the post. I'm not even sure who got the shot in.
Yeah, it was an incredible passage of play for Killie there. Again, worked it well down the left hand side, putting Hearts under huge amount of pressure. The ball comes to the edge of the box, and as you say, I'm not sure who got
Polworth. I think it's Polworth.
A great strike, and it takes a little nick, but then I think you're right, the goalkeeper gets a little flick onto it. Certainly looked as if he did from here onto the post, but brilliant start from Killie.
Well, it's good stuff so far from the home side in particular. Hearts just taking a wee while to settle into the game, and the first early action sees Polworth's shot tipped onto his left-hand post by Alexander Shvolov. I wonder
I'm saying it's Polworth, Kennedy, and I hope
I'm going to take your word for it at the moment until I hear any different.
Lovely technique, whoever it was,
and a really good save as well. How important might that save be as the game proceeds? 0-0 here at Rugby Park. Sprightly start from the home side, who have it over on their left-hand side. Hearts having to do a lot of defending at the moment. Kilmarnock trying to press forward. A couple of Hearts players across there defending well. All the bodies back in the box. In comes across to the back post. It's too high for the leaping David Watson, and that'll go behind for a goal kick to Hearts. And Derek McInnes is out there clapping his hands as if to say, come on guys, wake up.
Yeah, again, I think Kilmarnock are playing direct balls up the pitch, but what they're doing well is they've got that front free in Hugel, Curtis and Kilty, but their midfield free as well are backing up. They're picking up every second ball at this moment in time, and Hearts just can't deal with it.
Finlay Curtis, we're hearing, is the man credited with the shot. So a Curtis shot, a goalkeeping tip onto the left-hand post. One thing is clear, it's all Kilmarnock at the moment in the opening 6.5 minutes. Killie 0, Hearts 0. Neil McCann out to the edge of his technical area, just motioning his players to switch the play across to the far side. He'll be absolutely thrilled with his opening 6.5 minutes, given the nightmare, frankly, they had at the Falkirk Stadium last time out. Much better from Kilmarnock, who are penning Hearts back at the moment, and the league leaders trying to play some football with Magnuson, who is surely fouled there by Tishbola. Yes, says the referee. Free kick, Hearts midway inside their own half. Still 0-0.
Yeah, I don't think Hearts have started yet, to be honest, and it's all credit to Kilmarnock. They've came out, whatever Neil said to them, fast start. You know, Hearts would be looking for that, but certainly Kilmarnock, and that Curtis shot, if it is a save, you know, it's a long way away from us, but if it's a save, it's some save.
I'm saying it's a save. I think he got a wee nick on it. We'll soon find out later. I've got the goalkeepers union to my right hand side and Cammy Bell as well to back me up.
Cammy's claiming it.
You've got to give him credit.
Here comes Claudio Braga down at the corner flag. Harry Mellon tries to whip the ball in left footed. That's good defensive display from David Watson, who 40 seconds ago was up the other end of the pitch trying to get on the end of a header. Good endeavour from Kilmarnock. They have to defend just now though, because Hearts have the ball inside the Killie penalty area. Out it comes to Leonard, who tries to get a touch, and a long range effort from Craig Halkett. Well, goodness me, did that take a flick? It's a corner kick, and Halkett's shot does pay dividends. It was a terrible shot, comes off a Kilmarnock player. Hearts first corner.
And they're the most dangerous in the league at set plays. You know, you'll see that the set piece coach will come out as he does next to there, standing next to Derek. He's standing up. This will be a a one that's come right off the training ground. Normally it's right round the back. They'll try and free Magnuson or Halkett right round the back.
Alexandros Kiziridis will play this in front of 4,000 Hearts fans packing the Chadwick stand. Right-footed, the Greek, here he comes now. A good curling corner, the head flick goes up. Shot comes in from Braga, that's going to be another corner kick, and that goes down to some good defending, I think, from Finlay Curtis. Actually, he's taking a wee bit of a so, and he gets a high five from Kelleroos, his goalkeeper. Corner number 2 in quick succession for Hearts.
Yeah, it was well defended from Kilmarnock there. A lot of bodies in the way. We see move right behind it. Braga, it's dropping onto his left foot, gets a good strike on it, but good block by Curtis away for another corner.
It'll be Kiziridis once again to bend this one in, right-footed. And it comes, it's flicked on at the near post by Claudio Braga. He wants another corner, which he's not going to get. Bit better from Hearts.
Slightly better, but you can see Derek's trying to keep them in. Kabore on the right hand side, they don't want him to start the game, because one thing about Kilmarnock, they can get Tishbola on the ball, he'll try and turn and start the game, and that's what Neil McCann's all about. You've seen it at every club he's been at, whether it be Dundee or Inverness, they like to play football from the back.
Well, how impressive have Hearts been this season? Played 29 at 63 points. They've been top since Saturday, September the 27th, which was match day 6. 168 days, 24 weeks. They've been penned back in these opening goalless 9.5 minutes, though, so far on BBC Radio Scotland with your big Saturday night football. The Hearts fans over to my left, some of them jumping up and down. I think they're about to break out into their Claudio Braga song, possibly. The Kilmarnock fans, they're encouraged by these opening 10 minutes because Killie have played well and they have the ball over on the left hand side. Tishbola shows nice feet, but he's tackled by Steinwender. We're never going to miss those luminous orange boots, are we? Goodness me, you can see them from about a mile away, never mind the other side of the pitch. The Hearts right back defending. Killie with the throw in, 0-0 here at a noisy Rugby Park. There goes the Claudio Braga anthem from the Hearts fans. He's not scored yet, but you wouldn't put it past him, would you? He's had 2 in his last 3, but Kilmarnock are the ones who are pressing forward down their left-hand side. The maroon jerseys crowding around. Can they get the ball in? Down to the byline, and comes across to the back post. Real chance here. Oh, it's cleared off the line effectively by Harry Milne, but I think that was David Watson who should have got a much better contact there. Any more of a firm contact, and that would have been a brilliant chance to score.
Yeah, it was great play again. I think it's Finlay Curtis on that left-hand side. Gets to the byline. He does ever so well to dink it to the back post. Watson's in all sorts of space, just it doesn't make the right connection with it, and again allows the Hearts defender to clear.
Well, he's normally much better than that, David Watson. He does have 3 goals to his name so far this season. And that's the first couple of chances, major chances, both gone Killie's way. Finlay Curtis with the deflected shot onto the post, tipped onto the post, we're saying, by the goalie. And there, David Watson, about 10 yards from goal, with a great chance to get a shot on goal, couldn't quite get hold of it. Killie still coming forward, cross comes into the box, Hearts scrambling the ball away. They are being put under all sorts of pressure in these opening 11 goalless minutes, and Kabore wants a free kick that he's never going to get. He's sat down in the centre circle. He better get up, or his manager will have a few words to say. Derek McInnes, his arms folded. I don't think he's too impressed with this start from his side. And as I say that, Killie just like a balloon popping, play the ball out the park, and Hearts can get a bit of a breather, Alan Preston, with a throw-in over on that far side near the halfway line.
Yeah, we spoke about Finlay Curtis at the start of the game. He's been the best player in the park so far. He's had that shot saved by Swallow and that cross there. You're right, Watson's probably better than that, Cammy. You know, you usually got a bit of composure and would finish there from that area, but Curtis is causing all sorts of concern. Steinwender's a centre half playing right back, and you can actually see that. He needs help out there. He needs Kiziridis to get back and help double up, or Magnuson to get over.
Talking of Kiziridis, here he is just now, just outside the Hearts penalty area, looking to play a 1-2 with Braga, who takes a touch and thinks about going down, then changes his mind, keeps the ball in down near the corner flag. Some of the Hearts fans were appealing for a penalty that was not coming, let me tell you. Hearts still have the ball with Magnuson, tries to play the diagonal into the box, into Kiziridis. Kilmarnock should pick up here across halfway. They've got a runner over on his right hand side if they can see him, but they can't. They'll settle though for a throw in over on that far side. 12.5 minutes gone. Killie 0, Hearts 0. Good stuff though.
Yeah, brilliant stuff end to end, and again Kilmarnock have set the game really well. Finlay Curtis again picking up the ball, driving forward. I think he tried to pass with a left foot, the switch of play just got blocked from the Hearts play, but he's the one that Killie need to get on the ball as much as possible.
Hearts exchanging passes on the halfway line, just coming infield to Mark Leonard. Steinwender to the captain Craig Halkett, captain in the absence of the injured Lauren Shankland, who we think might be back with Cammy Devlin next week potentially for the Dundee game at Tynecastle, a game in which, regardless of incidents and matters and proceedings here, Hearts will still top the table when they march out into Tynecastle next Saturday to face Dundee. They want a 5-point cushion though, and not the 3-point cushion that they currently have, because it's 0-0, meaning they get a point here. They're going to get a free kick, I think, over on that right hand side. Referee David Dickinson just waiting until the player gets up. A few boos around the ground from the home fans who are not too impressed with that decision. It was Kiziridis who went down. He quickly gets to his feet, plays a right-footed cross that's way too hard. It's going to roll out of play for a goal kick to Kilmarnock. Bit of a waste there, Alan Preston. 0-0, 14 minutes.
It was, you know, the Kilmarnock fans are not happy because Kiziridis gets a foul, he gets himself up and takes off, and it's a quickly taken by Steinvender. And Kiziridis' ball into the box is poor. You know, he had time, he tried to hit it in from about 25 yards out. He could have taken it another 10-15 yards, got closer to the byline. But I've got to say, I think Kilmarnock have started this game really well.
They have, but they're dallying on the ball just on the edge of their own penalty area. They've played the ball out well, or they've beaten the Hearts press just about, but a sliding tackle comes in there. That's not the infringement. David Dickinson's pulling it back for an earlier infringement just inside the Kilmarnock half. Aaron Tishbola is in a real rush to get things back up and running. Gives it to Stanger, number 14 for Kilmarnock, and he just looks up and assesses his options, thinks about switching over to the left hand side, changes his mind, nearly dispossessed by Magnuson. Jamie Brandon has the ball hugging this right hand touchline for Kilmarnock. Good to see him back. Cammy Bell after injury, isn't it, Jamie Brandon?
Yeah, he's a really good player, a very effective player for Kilmarnock as well, so it's a huge lift that he's back. I think this is his first start for a number of months, so yeah, it's nice to see him back on the pitch.
He's on the ball just now, taking the ball past Blair Spittle, chips it up towards Hugo, who's up there. He's never going to get that though. That floats harmlessly into the arms of Alexander Schwoloff. We are live on BBC Radio Scotland with Cammy Bell, Alan Preston and Kerdine Idsan. 15 minutes gone. Kilmarnock 0, league leaders Hearts 0. As things stand, that means Hearts are 3 points clear of Celtic at the top of the table. Loads to go in this game though, because Pierre-Landry Cabori has the ball in Kilmarnock territory. Comes back to Blair Spittle, has to go back to Harry Milne, back up to Spittle, who's found a bit of space on this left hand side, into Cabori, who's given a 1-2 with himself. He picks the ball back up. Magnuson will pick up there. He styled that out nicely, Pierre-Landry Cabori. He almost made a real Horlicks of that, but he just about got away with it. Hearts in possession of the football, stroking the ball about nicely, maybe for the first time in the match. Now they'll go for the long diagonal to the far right hand side, where Cabori tries to get under it. He can't, and Kilmarnock will pick up. Nice play over on their left hand side, but just a little bit too much. Steinvender's there for Hearts, good defending from him, and the league leaders pick up on halfway. Kiziridis comes scampering across and tries to play it to Harry Milne, and Derek McInnes down in front of me is absolutely furious with the way Hearts are failing to protect the football at the moment. He is kicking every ball with his players, and Alan Preston, he's not a happy bunny.
No, he's not, and Kiziridis has apologised. It's an easy pass on his left foot, but he just shanks it. Too fine a word to use, but that's what happens, and it's not like him because he's got really good quality. The Hearts haven't started yet, to be honest. Leonard's hardly been on the ball, and he's been one in recent weeks. He's been pulling the strings. They can't get him on the ball. It's all credit to Kilmarnock in the way they've set up.
Kilmarnock 0, Hearts 0. Nearly 17 minutes played. It's Kilmarnock on the ball once again, up towards the edge of the Hearts penalty area. David Watson out to this right hand side. Shot come cross, comes in, back post, goal! Kilmarnock! Kilmarnock have the lead after 17 minutes at the back post with the tap in. It was a chance that they couldn't possibly miss, and this is a dramatic twist and a change at the top of the table with Hearts under pressure, certainly in this game after 17 minutes. It's Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, it's fully deserved from Kilmarnock. They started the game absolutely brilliant. That goal starts from Robbie D stepping in, playing a brilliant ball into Joe Hugill, who lays it off, and it comes out wide to Kilty. He whips it in. I think it's Finlay Curtis at the back post who puts it in. A brilliant goal. It's Larson actually, excellent again. It's down that left hand side that they're coming into the back post. Brilliant finish from Larson, but an excellent goal from Killie.
Michael Schoening-Larsen with his first goal for Kilmarnock, the Estonian international, and what a valuable goal it could turn out to be. And it's Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0.
That's a brilliant ball into the box, but you're right, Cammy. Robbie D starts it by stepping forward. There's no pressure on the ball. Derek McInnes is fuming, and rightly so. His team's not started yet. Whether they're still, 8 o'clock kick-off, it's not for us, but they've certainly not started.
The home fans are on their feet. The Hearts fans away to our left are slightly shell-shocked. Their team hasn't really turned up so far. They find themselves a goal down at Kilmarnock. Michael Schoening-Larsen with the goal.
Kilmarnock's main threat's been down that left-hand side directly with Curtis and Larson getting forward, but it comes from the ball, as you say, Alan. It's a wonderful ball from Kilty on this right-hand side, whips it in, and then you get the full-back coming in at the back post and just put it away. But as I said before, fully deserved for me, because Kilmarnock have started the game really well.
Completely. Better side, more appetite, more desire, something that Hearts haven't been questioned this season. So now for Derek McInnes to try and get more out of his men, because so far, if you were a neutral coming here, you would think Kilmarnock were top of the league.
Here they come again, Kilmarnock dominating the football, dominating these opening 19 minutes in which they lead by a goal to nil. They're going to try and swing another one in from the byline. In comes a cross, up go the heads, it goes to the penalty spot, shot comes in from Hugo, it's blocked away. Hearts are struggling to get out of their own half at the moment. They are defending their own box with everything they have, but they are a goal down already, and the home fans, Cammy Bell, they're absolutely loving this.
Yeah, Hearts are on the ropes, Alan. I think they're wobbling at this moment in time. They need to just refocus.
Yeah, completely. But all credit to Kilmarnock. They've come with a game plan. Their shape's really good. Tishbola's the one sitting off. Curtis is a problem. Completely. Watson on the right hand side. Hearts can't get a grip. They can't get Leonard on the ball to pull the strings. Kizaridas has been really slack. Braga's hardly kicked it. Kabori's all over the place at the moment.
I mentioned it before the game, though. This is very similar to how Kilmarnock approached the first half against Celtic. Very aggressive, real energy about them. And again, Hearts haven't been able to live with them.
Well, Neil McCann wanted a reaction from the 5-1 thrashing at the Falkirk Stadium. My goodness me, he's got it in his opening 20 minutes here. Michael Schoening-Larsen's goal means Killie are 1-0 up, and we shouldn't forget they've already hit the post and had a good chance from David Watson. They are thoroughly deserving of their slender 1-goal advantage. It's been really good from Killie, and they're at it again. Here comes Hugo near the edge of the penalty. A lovely touch, takes it away from McCart. Hugo tries to play over to support. At the back post, a chance now. It's just slightly over-delivered, and the fact it comes off the back of a Killie player's head and the chance is gone. But the home fans are absolutely loving this so far. It is all Kilmarnock, and they lead by a goal to nil. They have a throw-in over on that left-hand side. Hearts can't even get a foot on the ball at the moment.
Nah, and it's the same danger. It's that ball, played over McCart's head. Mung's the one that's pushing forward, so there's a big space to the outside of McCart, and they're just dropping balls in. There it's again.
This time overplayed. It's going to be a goal kick to Hearts, who just need a little bit of time to regroup.
I think Neil McCann, as all managers do, they look at Hearts and they'll, as Derek looks at Kilmarnock, and they'll realise that Mung's a threat. Mung going forward's a big threat for Hearts. But when he goes forward, that space behind him is massive, and that's all Kilmarnock are doing. They're just dropping balls in. They're playing Watson in that area, who's got great energy.
What kind of response do the league leaders have? They have the ball on halfway, but Kilmarnock once again have nicked it off, and Blair Spittle was dispossessed by Aaron Shivela, and Kilmarnock have to hurry up, but they've given it away, and now maybe a chance for Spittle to make amends. Nice ball out to this left-hand side to Claudio Braga. Two players beside him, left-footed shot from Braga. Really good save from the goalkeeper. Chance isn't gone though. Pierre-Landry Kabori can't quite get there. Well, Kelleru's dive to his left-hand side to push that Claudio Braga shot away. A really good intervention from the Kilmarnock goalkeeper. It was needed. Good chance, good shot, good save.
Brilliant save from Kellerus in the Kilmarnock goal, but Braga was excellent. He was 1v1 with the defender, does a step over, gets on his left foot, brilliant shot into the corner, matched by a fine save.
Yeah, really good play all round. Spittle to Braga. You're right, you step over, you know it's coming, it's difficult to stop, but all credit to the keeper. Really good, strong save, pushing it out the danger area.
Just a warning sign for Kilmarnock. Polworth, I think it was, caught on the ball, and it just shows you how quick Hearts can break up the pitch.
Good game of football this. Kilmarnock 1, Hearts nil. We've had a goal, we've had both goalkeepers making really good saves, we've had endeavour, passion, good football, tackles flying in right now. Magnuson for Hearts, striding towards the edge of the area, right-footed shot from the edge of the area, just wide of the right-hand post. Well, Kilmarnock backed off, and then they backed off some more, and from 20 yards he might have hurt himself in taking the shot. inches away from an equaliser, but it whistles by the edge of the right-hand post, which means it's still Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, I think they go into the tackle, breaks to Magnuson, he runs with it. It's a 3 versus 2. It opens up for him and he lets fly 22 yards, but I think you're right. I think he's nicked his knee there. I think he's struggling, Magnuson.
Again, the opportunity just presented from Stranger. He chips over the defender, and for me, he just needs to help it on. He's in a really bad position. He's out of position. Magnuson steals it, and it creates that opportunity for Hearts.
Well, you can't take your eyes off this one for a second. Really good stuff here live on BBC Radio Scotland. Kilmarnock 1, the league leaders Hearts 0. There'll be a few folk in the east end of Glasgow, I fancy, are watching this one and enjoying it so far at the moment. Hearts lead is 2 points from Celtic, but there's a long way to go in this game still. We've seen Hearts play so well for so long this season. Their mettle will be tested now. Halkett, right-footed, diagonal to Milne, who tries to take it on his chest. Too high. An encouraging round of applause from Derek McInnes, who so far though will not have been impressed with what he's seen from his side. They trail by a goal to 0 after 24 minutes.
Yeah, I think tactically Neil McCann's got his team shape spot on. You know, I expected Curtis to play maybe wide on the right. He's gone out wide on the left. He's noticed that Steinvender's a centre half playing right back, and Curtis can get some joy against him. He's been quite terrific so far.
Kilmarnock once again on the ball, chipping it down towards the right-hand corner flag. It's going to go out for a throw-in to Hearts. Well, that's where a lot of the danger has come from. Greg Kilty down the side, David Watson, Joe Hugo's making a nuisance of himself in and amongst the Hearts centre-backs. And Michael Schoening-Larsen has picked a live BBC Radio Scotland 8 o'clock match for his first Kilmarnock goal. Killie 1, Hearts 0 as we approach the 25th minute of an engrossing game. Pierre-Landry Cabore can't keep his feet, then he just kind of slaps the ground in frustration, and Kilmarnock will try and build down this right hand side with David Watson. First time ball looking for Joe Hugo, won't find him though, and Hearts will pick up with Kizaridis. Takes a lovely couple of touches and Pierre-Landry Cabore takes it off him. And Hearts over on his left-hand side now with Harry Milne stepping across the halfway line. Hearts looking for an equaliser. They trail by a goal to 0. Lovely touch by Claudio Braga. Gets the ball onto his left foot, plays it towards Cabore. Touch from him isn't a good one. I don't know if he was trying to control it himself or nudge it into the path of Blair Spittle. Neither worked. Magnuson picks up for Hearts. One of the Kilmarnock players has got a head knock there. The referee's going to have to stop play. Hearts will be furious, but I do understand why David Dickinson's had to stop play. But Claudio Braga's absolutely livid. But that was Thomas Magnuson unintentionally gave him a little bit of a headbutt there. I don't know what you made of it, Alan.
Nah, I'd agree, but you know, don't get me wrong, it's clever play by the Kilmarnock player. It's a little head knock. He goes down, Hearts are at the edge of the box. The referee's right to stop it, Kerridine, but I think the player's playing on it here. I think he's gone down easily there in his line there. Yeah,
I agree. I think it's Polworth. He understands what he's doing to try and stop the Hearts attack, and the referee's left with no option, because again, if it looks like a head knock, he has to stop the game.
But you think if he stops the game, he's going to have to need treatment, and then he's going to have to come off, but it's not the case. He's got himself back up, so and then he's hit the referee again.
So the drop ball dropped about 2 inches from the referee, off of Harry Milne, back onto referee David Dickinson, who's now dropped it at the feet of Harry Milne, and Hearts will try and rebuild their attack down this left-hand side. Claudio Braga, brilliant bit of skill, gets away from the Kilmarnock player, whips in a lovely cross to Kizaridis, whose touch is just a little bit heavy by his normal standard. He's kept the ball in, has he? Nah, the linesman across on the far side has, I think, indicated it's gone out of play before it came back in, which means it should be a goal kick to Kilmarnock. Goodness me, it's breathless stuff here. 27 minutes played, Killie 1, Hearts 0. It's non-stop.
Ah, lovely feet from Braga again. You know, Brandon, twice he's done him down this left-hand side. He's nutmegged him once and then just goes by him with great skill, and a good ball into the box. Kizaridis can't control it at the back.
Braga really looks up for it again. He's very frustrated when Polworth went down for the head knock. He wants the ball at all times. You can see he's a real threat.
Kilmarnock with the ball in the centre circle with Tishbola. It's just nudged forward. Craig Halkett should cut that out from a Hearts point of view, and exchanges passes there, and Hearts just about get away with it up towards Magnuson, who is still playing on. He's kind of limping a little bit and jumping up and down after that shot that whistled narrowly wide. We thought he might have hurt himself. Looks like he's been able to run it off. 27.5 minutes played here. Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0. Michael Schoening-Larsen with his first goal for Killie, the league leaders behind at Rugby Park on a Saturday night. What do they have in their locker? Harry Milne into Blair Spittle, who plays it long round the corner looking for Braga or Cabore. It falls to neither, and Stanger will just hoof that into the stand below us. Hearts take the throw in quickly via Harry Milne. It's to the feet of Braga, who never gives the ball away. It's now into Pierre-Landry Cabore. Nice feet from him. Oh, I was going to say he drives it across the 6-yard line. If he had, Kiziridis was there potentially for a tap-in. Instead he went for goal over the crossbar. Still Killie 1, Hearts nil.
That's what lets Landry Cabore down. He's got all the strength and pulls off defenders, does well, and then it's his final action, whether it be his touch, his shot, his cross. On that occasion it was neither. You know, he does really well, holds the defender off, gets quickly turned onto his good left foot, and then balloons it over the top of the bar.
28.5 minutes played here, with Kilmarnock leading Hearts by a goal to nil. Kilmarnock showing a great deal of improvement since that 5-1 thrashing at the Falkirk Stadium a fortnight ago. They've been stewing on that a long time. Neil McCann has got quite the response from his players so far. He made 4 changes and they're paying off. They're a goal to the good here, and they've got the ball, but Hearts going to nick it off them just outside the Kilmarnock penalty area, but they've given it back to the home side, who'll just clear the lines through Jamie Brandon. The Hearts captain Craig Halkett goes up for a header on halfway, comes to Magnuson, nudges it towards the edge of the penalty area, and the goal scorer for Kilmarnock, Shoning Larsson, just puts a high up and under. That reminds me of the rugby where Ireland gave Scotland a bit of a hiding, so the Six Nations dream is over, and the result of the France-England match will not matter if you're a Scotland rugby fan, of course.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway, Kennedy. We still want France to win.
Here it's Kilmarnock who are winning, and one of the Hearts players just got a wee nudge in the back there, and that'll give away a free kick. A little bit over eager there, was that? Who went through the back from there? Greg Kilty, was it?
Yeah. But it's good play again, because if you've watched Hearts as people have been doing, Leonard is the one that keeps him going. He's not had a kick, really. Kilty's been all over him. As soon as he's been getting on the ball, he's been right in his face, and then again there was a free kick there because Kilty's fouled him. He's right on top of him.
Yeah, it's that high pressure for me for Kilmarnock. They're pressing up really high up the pitch and winning the ball in good areas.
And Tishbola, who's had a good game for Kilmarnock in these opening 30 minutes, spreads a lovely pass over to the right hand side to Jamie Brandon, who thinks about going to the byline, just has to check back and look for support. He's tackled there by Claudio Braga, who will not stop running for the entire 90 minutes. That we can absolutely guarantee you. Cammy Bell is Kilmarnock royalty. He's just been handed a drink and a pie, let me tell you, lovely listener. He does not want for a thing down here. When you've won the League Cup with a man of the match display in a final against Celtic, that is how you are treated in this part of Ayrshire as the home team come forward once again. Kilty doing well. It's a nice cross to the back post, and it's just edging over the crossbar and the junction of post and crossbar, so it will be a Hearts goal kick. 31 played, Killie 1, Hearts nil.
I'm sure Neil McCann will be wanting more of the same. Can they sustain this? It's been a terrific 30 minutes from them. They've been on the front foot, they've been winning second balls, they've not given Hearts a minute on it, and they've also added a real bit of quality with Curtis, with the likes of Watson as well. Kilty doing his bit. The goal itself is quite terrific.
Hearts trying to do something about that just now. Pierre-Landry Cabore has done pretty well there to keep possession with 2 Kilmarnock players around him. Stanger was very tight to him, and he's just not been able to keep the ball in play. The Burkina Faso international, and it's gone out for a throw into the home side, who've been super impressive in these opening 31.5 minutes. They lead by a goal to nil. Neil McCann and Billy Dodds are indeed getting a tune out of these Killie players, and Magnuson once again has gone in with full force on the head, going for the ball, but he's clattered into Aaron Tishbola. Both players on the ground now. Both players are going to need some attention.
Yeah, that's a nasty one for me. Again, certainly looks as if both players, the eyes were firmly fixed on the ball, but a real sore head knock for both players, so hopefully they're both okay.
Yeah, that's one. The referee's right on the spot, but you can see Tishbola's down there rolling about. Magnuson as well. It might be a cut, you just don't know. Need to wait and see. Hopefully they're both okay. It was a horrible one. It's one that just bounces between the two of them, and they go for it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it was a high ball that was there to be won. Both players going in with full commitment. It was, I think, Tishbola that got the worst of it, because Magnuson was able to get up higher. Both players, though, are getting some treatment right now, and I wonder, it's not good news for the players down there and the Hearts player down, but it's good news for Derek McInnes, who I think's having a bit of a word with his players Al right now.
It is, and I think he's going to make a change. I think he's going to bring Ocean McEntee on, which would be a straight swap for Magnuson. He's also got that knee problem, and obviously now we've possibly a head problem as well, so it looks like Ocean McEntee can come on and play in that middle of the park role.
Well, we shall see if that substitution indeed manifests itself. You're absolutely right, Alan. It looks like he is getting stripped down there, as both players still cami. It's a worry when you see this.
Yeah.
The physios crowded round them.
Yeah, it certainly is. As I say, the full impact there. It was one of them horrible ones. Alan said it just pops up in the air. Both guys are got their eyes firmly fixed on the ball and aggressive in the challenge, and a real bad head knock for both of them. As I say, hopefully they're both okay, but listen, it would be a worry for Kilmarnock, because Tispola started the game excellently. I think he's been on the ball, he's dictated play for Kilmarnock, so he'd be a huge miss if he has to come off.
The problem you have, you can't take chances.
No.
You know, concussion now, you've got to get them off if they're taking a bit of time to recover here. You know, there's clearly, the doctors are on, which is good, the physios are there as well, and we'll soon find out, but if there's any doubt at all, you need to get them off.
Yeah, they're both sitting up, so that's certainly positive news that they look as if they're going to get back on their feet.
Yeah, first up is Thomas Magnuson. He looks a little bit groggy, a little bit woozy. He's been such an impressive performer, the Icelander. 3 goals in 28 appearances in this debut season.
I don't think he can continue. I really don't.
Yeah, he's not looking particularly sure on his feet, and Tisbola's still down, I have to tell you.
So this will be a concussion sub then.
So just waiting to see what is going to happen here.
McEntee.
It is McEntee.
Yeah. Thankfully Tisbola's back on his feet. Looks a bit groggy as well.
So I wonder, will Kilmarnock have to make a change as well? So he's coming to the side of the pitch, Tisbola, and the Hearts change is being made right now with Oisin McEntee coming on for the slightly groggy Thomas Magnuson now.
Yeah, McEntee, this is where he wants to play. He's come as a central midfield player. He's played right back, he's played right midfield, he's played back in centre half as well at times. So this is where he was brought to the club to play. He'll be the one in beside, he'll be the enforcer in beside Leonard. It's good to see him back, because he took a bad shoulder injury again in that game at Rangers.
So McEntee is on, just recently fit again, his 29th appearance this will be. He's sometimes good for a goal as well, a couple of goals in this debut season for him for Hearts. And they're a goal behind after that little lull in play, with Tisbola now back on the pitch and getting stuck in about Harry Milne as well. So Tisbola seems absolutely fine.
Yeah, as I say, it was important for Kilmarnock that he got back on the pitch, because he's been very influential in this first 30 minutes.
Yeah, Killie have been good. 10 minutes to go until half-time. They still lead by that Michael Schoening-Larsen goal to 0. Beautifully set up by Greg Kilty's chip to the back post, and Larsen had timed his on to perfection. He was in splendid isolation, and he was never going to miss from where he was. And that is the difference between these two sides. Killie vastly improved on a fortnight ago, as they try and get hold of the ball, and Tisbola gets a wee round of applause around me for going up for another header. And is there a card coming for one of the Hearts players there, as I think Greg Kilty was pulled back? Referee
McEntee just on. I think he's fortunate there.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I think he does. He pulls him back. He's lucky. Neil McCann's having a word with the fourth official.
Maybe David Dickinson taking pity on the fact that he's literally seconds on the field. McEntee may be slightly fortunate. You do like to see refs keeping their cards in their pockets, if they are consistent, of course. We shall see how that pans out in the remainder of the game. We've played 37 minutes here at Rugby Park, and it's a happy home crowd, because they're a goal to the good, and they're playing really well. David Watson just can't quite get hold of the ball, but Aaron Tisbola can. He's all over it for Kilmarnock. Lovely ball to the edge of the area. Played across to Hugo. Can he get his shot away? Hugo! Really good save from the goalkeeper, Schwolo. Diving to his left once again to palm the ball out. Not the first time he's made a good save in this game. Tisbola can't quite keep the ball in. The Kilmarnock fans around us think that he did. Goodness me, Killie close to a 2-goal lead. Really good from the Hearts goalie.
Yeah, really good save. Good play by Kilmarnock once again. They've been good value for their 1-0 lead. Should be a couple more maybe. But you know what, again, it's all coming down this left-hand side. Mull's just got to sit in and play as a fullback. Don't bomb forward as much, because you're causing so much concern, leaving the gap in that area that McCart can't get over and cover.
Yeah, it was good play from Kilmarnock, as you say, Alan, down this Hearts left-hand side. All sorts of problem, getting themselves in all sorts of problem, not clearing the ball. Eventually makes its way to Hugel, who does well to generate the shot from the edge of the box, and a good save from the Hearts goalie.
Well, I just wonder if Hearts might be happy enough to get in at half-time just the one goal down, because Kilmarnock have been creating the better chances. They've hit the post, the goalie's had a couple of good saves, they're a goal to the good. Hearts in the latter sort of 10 minutes or so, they've been better. They've had the effort from Claudio Braga, that was well saved by Kellaroos, but it's not been the usual standard from the league leaders so far. Plenty of time left, 7 minutes of the first period, for example, and Hearts have it down this left-hand side with Harry Milne. He's level with the 18-yard line, thinks about going to the byline, comes inside. He's been marshalled by David Watson, who's done well there to make the Hearts fullback make the mistake, and it's harmlessly out for a goal kick to Kilmarnock. That's maybe a wee bit emblematic, Alan Preston, of Hearts' evening so far.
Yeah, there's not one player you can say, well, with the exception of Braga, I would say he's been the one, but the rest of them, they've not turned up so far.
And Cammy Bell, quite the opposite for Kilmarnock. They've had 11 top performers.
Yeah, they've been excellent throughout. I think you've got to look at Tispola in midfield. He's won every second ball. He's been very dominant within the game. I think he's been key for them, that they've took so much control.
Yeah, he's someone who knows the club extremely well. 3 spells of them previously between 2018 and 2021. And he's looking good tonight, as are the rest of his teammates. It is Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0, live on BBC Radio Scotland with Cammy Bell, Alan Preston and Kerdine Idsan. We've got just over 5 minutes of the first period left. Is there a Hearts equaliser coming soon? Or can Kilmarnock give themselves a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of insurance in this game? They're well worthy of a single goal lead. It might indeed have been more than that. Here come Hearts coming forward now though, with Jamie McCart stepping forward from centre back. Harry Milne, left foot just delayed his cross just a wee bit too long. However, it ricocheted off David Watson for yet another Hearts corner kick.
Yeah, and they've got a real threat now with Ocean McEntee there. They'll try and go under the ball and get McEntee round the back on his own.
It's going to be the same corner kick formula, I think, from the same side of the pitch. Left side of the pitch, so it's going to be right-footed. Kizaridis bending this in. Kilmarnock obviously have everybody back. In comes a corner to the near post. It's a poor one though. That's easily hacked away by Jamie Brandon up towards halfway. Oh, has it gone out? No, it actually bounced on the line, and a short pass back means that Shvolov has to come a mile from his goal. He does well though, chips the ball up towards Claudio Braga, and it will come to a Hearts player in Harry Milne. Back to Milne, just outside the edge of the area, into Claudio Braga. Right-footed shot from Claudio Braga. Well, that's not like him. He was trying to shape it into the top left-hand corner. Got the execution all wrong. It was way over the crossbar. Kilmarnock will have a goal kick, and they still have a 1-goal lead with 4 minutes of the first half left.
Yeah, and he's actually got Blair Spittle to the right of him for an even easier chance. He should have just rolled it square, but you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to bend it in that far corner. Watching him in the warm-up, he was doing it with ease, but the better one there would be to roll it square to Spittle. 41 minutes on the clock, and the Hearts fans behind Kellaroos's goal, the Killie keeper about to take the goal kick, they are strangely silent, because their team has not been good this evening in Ayrshire. They trail by a goal to 0. They'll still be top of the league come what may, but it's not been the usual standard from Hearts so far. I fear some of the paint in the dressing room, the away dressing room, might not be safe in about 4 minutes' time. We shall see. Kilmarnock through Brandon play the ball long up towards the edge of the Hearts penalty area. Up go the heads, and it'll be played across to that left-hand side for Kilmarnock, who will pick up with Finlay Curtis, who's had a good first half for Kilmarnock, as have so many of his teammates. Kilty's in amongst it as well on the edge of the area, making Halkett do the defending. These balls are the same both sides that Kilmarnock play, and it gets them up the park. It causes Hearts all sorts of concern because their two fullbacks are too high. Yeah,
and again the work rate from the top players at Kilmarnock. Again, Kilty chasing the ball down, making it difficult for Halkett. He has to clear the ball. They've been excellent at the top end of the pitch, Killie.
They have been. But as a fullback though, Cammy, you sit and stay. If you can get forward and get crosses, it's an added bonus. For your first job, stay. Make sure you come out with a clean sheet.
And I think you've got to feel the way the game's going, Alan, as well, and you've got to realise that you need to change something. As you say, sit back, be a back four for a period until you get your foothold in the game.
Killie trying to extend their 1-goal advantage in this game. They have the ball over on the left-hand side near the corner flag. Hearts camped deep inside their own half, a deep maroon defensive wall, trying to get the ball away. Killie have a throw in, it's level with the edge of the Hearts penalty area. We've got 2 minutes of the first half left, plus whatever stoppage time. There might be a wee bit because we had the head knocks. Kilmarnock on the edge of the area coming forward. Can they get the shot away? It's deflected high into the air. It's going to be a corner to Kilmarnock unless Harry Milne can keep it in, which he can't. David Watson thinks about taking it quickly, looks up to his manager to see what to do. Neil McCann just says calm down, and the Kilmarnock manager with his hands in his pockets looking very nonchalant, as he may well do with a 1-goal cushion and half-time approaching.
Again, brilliant down that left-hand side. Larson, Curtis again jinking inside, trying to get the shot away. It deflects and it allows Kilmarnock the opportunity from the set piece.
So Greg Kiltie with the corner kick for Kilmarnock from their right-hand side. It's an outswinger, in come the heads. Hearts get the ball away just about. A shriek there from one of the Killie players. I think he nearly hit the post. I think that was Stanger there, but Killarus, the Killie keeper, chips it up towards David Watson. Kilmarnock will just play the ball anywhere into Hearts territory at the moment. They just want to get to half-time with that 1-goal advantage still intact. Hearts, though, down the left-hand side, there are 2 balls on the pitch at the moment and actually quite close to each other, and Jamie McCart kicked one ball off the park just as the other ball was being played. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
He's done very well, actually.
Never seen that before.
2 balls coming at him at the same time.
Deary dear. Well played, Jamie McCart. One off the pitch with the left foot and then the right foot back to the goalkeeper, and the Hearts maintain possession of the football. Final 60 seconds of the regulation 45 in this first period. Hearts have the ball, but Kilmarnock have the lead. 1-0, Michael Schoening Larsson's goal in the game. The only difference between these two. Waiting to see how much time we might have added on at the end of this first half. Derek McInnes is cutting a frustrated figure down in front of me with his arms folded. Nice flick on there from Spittle to Harry Milne. Can he get the cross in? And it comes just now. It's a good one to the near post. Braga is there. He wants a corner, which he will get. Hearts corner in the last few seconds of the half.
It's good defending by Stanger. He just protects that front post. It's a good ball from Halkett. Big switch flicked on to Milne. Milne, good ball in. Braga makes the front post run. Stanger sees it, gets there. It's away for a corner.
First time Kilmarnock got themselves all sorts of bother there with Brandon and Watson jumping for the same ball. Allowed Harry Milne the free space to put the cross in.
Has to be better quality, Kerradine, from Kizaridas. They've been dreadful. They've been first man the whole night.
Here comes the corner at the start of the 4 minutes that are added on. The goalkeeper has flapped at it and he gets a second chance, and Killarus will be breathing a big sigh of relief there when that ball escaped his chest. I just wondered if one of the Hearts players could have nicked it away. They couldn't, and the goalie, quick as a flash, has played it up the other end to the runner, who is Greg Kiltie. He just puts his foot on the ball, brings it back to Jamie Brandon. He plays it infield to Aaron Tishbola, who's recovered well from that head knock. He's pretty much dominated that midfield. Harry Milne has won no, he hasn't. It's going to be a throw in to Kilmarnock. I thought it was going the Hearts way there. 4 minutes of extra time were added. We've played the first of them. It's Killie 1, Hearts 0. Owen Killie will have a free kick, so it was a foul. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Derek McInnes will be happy to try and get to half time 1-0. Kilmarnock have been really good value for this. Could have been more.
Well, this could spell danger for Hearts. It's a free kick to Kilmarnock. It's wide on this right-hand touchline, just inside their own half, but they put a lot of bodies forward. In comes the free kick. The heads go up and they just can't get their shot in, can Kilmarnock. They'll play a high ball back into the Hearts penalty area. McEntee's underneath that, who's come on not long ago. Lovely feet from Curtis, long range effort. The goalkeeper has to make the save. Well, that was absolutely fantastic. And the goalkeeper saw that coming towards him, moving, swerving. Finlay Curtis, I think it was, with the shot. Really good play from him, and again from Kilmarnock. It's still 1-0 to the home side, but it's they who look more likely to score.
Brilliant from Curtis again, who said it many a times in this first half. Picks the ball out of the air and then jinks through 2 players, gets his shot away. And I'll tell you what, that's tremendous goalkeeping, because he had 2 or 3 players on top of him. He had to keep a hold of that one.
That reminded me of the goal at Tynecastle, where Anderson got on the rebound. It was a hit.
Yep.
Swallows spilt it, but that time he's managed to keep a hold of it.
And them shots like them, Alan, they look easy to the eye, but I think they're very difficult to deal with coming through bodies.
Yeah, Steinwender's done well for Hearts. He's fed Kizaridis the ball to the back post where Harry Milner's there, and that's really good defending by David Watson at the concession of a corner kick, but it had to be done. Better from Hearts, who are trying to get back on level terms as we edge towards 48 minutes. We will play 49 because we've had 4 minutes added on to the 45 because of the 2 head knocks earlier.
And it's a different corner taker. It's Leonard this time that's coming out to take it. Kizaridis has been binned. They've been dreadful, some of these corners.
Mark Leonard for Hearts, right-footed. It's an in-swinging cross to the back post, and the goalkeeper Kelleroos punches with the right fist. It's a good one. It's out towards the touchline, and I think that's going to be a free kick to Kilmarnock. Kizaridis bundles his man out of the park, and that's always going to be a needless free kick to Kilmarnock. He'll take that all day long as we edge into the final 60 seconds of the half.
It's just bizarre. You know, he's going nowhere. He's facing his own touchline. 16 yards out, what is he going to do? And Kizaridis lets him off by putting 2 hands on his back and pushes him over. Sometimes you just don't understand what goes through players' heads.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It'll be frustrating for his Hearts teammates, because as you see, he's probably going to have to clear it out for a throw-in for Hearts. He bundles Kilty over, gives them the out, and an easy free kick for Kilty to play long up the pitch.
Well, this has been a really good first half of football live on BBC Radio Scotland with Cammy Bell and Alan Preston. It's Kilmarnock 1, it's Hearts 0. We've had a goal, we've had some brilliant goalkeeping, in particular from Alexander Shvolov, who's made 3 really good saves. He couldn't really do anything about the Kilmarnock goal. Up at the other end, Kelleroos more lately has come into the match with a couple of telling interventions, one in particular from Claudio Braga, but Hearts are struggling here in Ayrshire. They're a goal down and half time is coming. They're trying to get back on level terms just now. Kelly will just head the ball towards halfway. There goes the final whistle. There goes the half-time whistle. Getting slightly ahead of myself, it's been that kind of game you just couldn't take your eyes off it for a second. Kilmarnock have a deserved half-time lead. Michael Schoening-Larsen with his first goal for Kilmarnock from Greg Kilty's lovely assist. He couldn't miss over on the far post, playing the ball beyond the stranded Alexander Shvolov, who otherwise has had a really top game for Hearts, making a couple of really good saves from Finlay Curtis. We had the chance as well from David Watson, who was all on his own 10 yards out, but he couldn't quite get the connection. It's pretty much been all Kilmarnock in terms of the chances. Hearts up at the other end forced a series of corners. Claudio Braga had a good shot, which was well saved by Kelleroos, who had more to do the more the half went on. But it's Kilmarnock who will be by far the happier at half time, because the scoreline at Rugby Park is Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0.
Scottish football lives here.
This is Sports Sound.
That is a beautiful finish!
From BBC Radio Scotland.
That is massive!
When I first met Dave, we were inseparable. I loved the way he talked to me. He made me feel so special. But now, I think he spends more time on his phone.
Hey, smart speaker.
Hold on, did he just say my name? Yes, Dave, I'm listening.
Play BBC Radio Scotland.
Oh, Dave, I knew you still loved me. Playing BBC Radio Scotland.
Thanks for listening to BBC Radio Scotland on your smart speaker. Good to have you with us.
Just say, play BBC Radio Scotland.
Yes, half-time at Rugby Park in the final match of the day between Kilmarnock and Hearts, and Kilmarnock leading by a 1-0 against the league leaders. Could be a very, very important victory if they can see it out in the second half, but of course a lot of time, a lot of football still to play before Kilmarnock can be assured of the victory. At half-time in the English Premier League, it's West Ham 1, Manchester City 1, after Arsenal had won earlier in the day by 2 late goals to 0 against Everton, but West Ham equalising through Mavropanos after Bernardo Silva had put Man City ahead. They trail Arsenal by 10 points at the kick-off in that one, with a couple of games in hand, this one included, so I'll keep you up to date with how that one finishes. But as ever, our principal focus is the Scottish Premiership, which is much more exciting, of course, in terms of the battles at the top and indeed the bottom. And you have to say, in that first half, Kilmarnock very much kind of replicating the performance that they produced against Celtic a few weeks back at Rugby Park, and Cammy Bell, very good value for that half-time advantage.
Absolutely, Al. Again, absolutely, Al. Again, they've been excellent in that first half. They've created a number of opportunities. You look at the chances that they've had. They've obviously scored the goal from Larson, but they've had Curtis opportunities, Watson opportunities. They've hit the post. They've been a real good threat at the top end of the pitch, but what they've done is they've played balls in behind. Alan mentioned it a number of times, in behind both full-backs of Hearts. Got themselves up the pitch, they've got the press right, second balls are winning. They've been, for me, by far the better side in that first half, and fully deserve the lead so far.
As for Hearts, as Kevin was saying there, Alan, they began to come into it a little bit more, finding their feet a bit, but on the whole, it's not been a first half to remember for the big travelling support down there.
No, they've certainly not hit the heights, and I think it's from the kick-off. If you watch the kick-off, it goes back to, I think it's Leonard, and he plays a slack pass, and Kilmarnock are on the front foot straight away, so you're right away giving them an advantage. When you've got the ball to start the game, within 2 passes you've given it away and you're on the back foot, and Kilmarnock, the game could be done, Alistair, if the truth be known. You know, I've written down a number of Curtis has obviously hit the post. The Watson chance as well, where Curtis gets to the byline. The Hugo shot over the bar, Curtis with another shot at the end there. Larson obviously with the goal. It's been quite terrific from Neil McCann's men. They thoroughly deserve it. They could be 2 or 3 ahead. Hearts simply have not played. With the exception of Braga, not one of them's turned up at the moment, and the concerns coming down both full-back areas, because Steinvender and Milner going forward, which is exposing Halkett and McCart. With anything dropped down the outside of these 2 guys here, they're not getting enough help, not getting enough protection, and that's where Kilmarnock are getting all their joy, and they thoroughly deserve to be ahead.
I mean, you said pre-match, Cammy, that Kilmarnock's almost the best form of defence was to go out and attack Hearts, go and take the game to them, and that's pretty much what they've done, and it has served them well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly has, and again, it's playing in the opposition's half, and that's why I think it's so important for Kilmarnock. They've been very frail defensively this season, conceded far too many goals, but when you look at what they've got at the top end of the pitch, they've got energy, they've got real threats. If they can manage to press the team they're playing, steal the ball high up the pitch, they've got players that can hurt the opposition. So that's why I said it before the game. I looked at the Celtic game, I thought they were excellent in the first half. They played that high press, they made it difficult for Celtic. They've done the exact same. They played with a huge amount of energy. I think Neil and Billy have got them set up really, really well and made it hard for Hearts to get forward and cause them problems. But again, Kilmarnock need to be switched on, because there've been a couple of moments. Braga's the one. You look at him, that one-on-one where he gets a strike across, Kellaroos makes a really good save to his left-hand side. Them moments can change this game in a flash. So Kilmarnock just need to be aware that they need to be switched on defensively, but also keep that high energy and goal threat going forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the key, isn't it, to try and make sure that it's a 90-minute performance and not allow Hearts. But you do imagine that Hearts are going to have at least a spell in the game where they begin to exert some pressure on that Kilmarnock back line. In terms of the goal then that separates the sides, Cammy, Michael Shearing Larson, I've not seen a great deal of him, I have to say, this season, but when I have seen him, I've found him a pretty good defender, but good full-back. But to pop up with your first Kilmarnock goal, it's an opportune moment to do that.
Brilliant moment for him, and again, he's been excellent in that first half. Down that left-hand side between him and Finlay Curtis going forward, Hearts haven't been able to deal with it. They've not been able to deal with it. He looks as if he's a full-back that wants to get forward. I've seen him a couple of times now. He wants to get forward. He's got real energy. He can get up and down the pitch, no problem at all. So yeah, he looks as if he's a really good signing for Kilmarnock, and what a time to score your first goal in such a big game, high-profile game, and one that Kilmarnock, we said it before the game, they need to take points out of this game. So Neil McCann will be drilling that into them at half-time just now. We're in a really good position, but we need the exact same in the second half.
Alan, you and Cammy both mentioned Finlay Curtis as a likely threat to Hearts, and he again has been really, really good in that first period. I think that the early shot that he had was deflected onto the post. I don't think the goalkeeper did get a fingertip to it, but it was a good effort nonetheless from Curtis, and he had another one that was kind of more straight at the keeper. But he's been pretty much central to most of the most dangerous things that Kilmarnock have been doing, hasn't he?
He has been. He's been terrific, and you know, I expected him to play on the right. He goes over on the left because probably it's an out and out. He's not a full back, Steinvender, and he can get at him. You know, Steinvender doesn't know whether to go down tight on top of him or to sit off him. He can't sit off him because Cutlass has got too much ability and pace, because he'll go inside, he'll go outside, as we've seen. He's caused them all sorts of concern, Steinvender. Cutlass has been terrific, as has his whole team. I think Tish Bowler's ran the show as well. Leonard's not been able to get anywhere near him. Spittle's the same, not been in the game. All credit to Kilmarnock and Neil McCann's tactics. He's had a look, he's had a fortnight to work on it, and the work certainly paid off in that opening 49 minutes. They were brilliant, Kilmarnock. Thoroughly deserved to be ahead, and actually the game could be done, Alistair, because of the chances that Kilmarnock have had, and Neil will be hoping that they don't rue it. The next goal Hearts need to get if they want to make a contest to this, because if it does go 2-0 Kilmarnock, I can't see Hearts on the form they're on tonight getting back into it, because they've not turned up. They've just not turned up, and that goes from the kick-off. The very first pass of the match set the tone.
We spoke pre-match about the 2-week layoff, primarily from a Kilmarnock point of view. We were looking at it, but actually for Hearts as well, obviously they had a great deal of momentum. Some aspects you could say they probably needed a little bit of a rest, but that actually doesn't seem to have done them any favours, does it?
No, if you're continually playing games, I think that's the problem with Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor wants to play every game, and you would think, why is Callum McGregor playing against Auchinleck Talbot or a team in Europe where you've been beat 4-1 in the first leg? Players would rather play. So that 2-week break maybe takes a bit of time to get back into it and up out in match practice. But it's the same for Kilmarnock. They had the 2-week break as well, and they've worked on their team shape. They've worked on what they want to do to Hearts, what their strengths are in their team, where they want to try and hurt Hearts. And it's certainly that 2-week break, as we said with Neil McCann, it probably hurt him for the 2 weeks after the result with Falkirk. But it certainly paid dividends and given him and Billy a lot of time on the training field with his team.
I don't think it's what Hearts would want at this moment in time in the season. They've got momentum, they were winning games. Again, you just want the league games to continuously come, because after that little break, that little spell, it just puts you off your rhythm. You've got to get up and go again. Listen, it's not an excuse for Hearts. They've been second best in that first half, but I think if you ask the players, they just want to keep going right to the end of the season now.
Why do you think, I mean, what's the sort of key problem with Hearts' performance tonight, Alan?
They've not turned up, Alice. It's as simple as that. They're maybe thinking they're reading their own press, or maybe thinking this is a game that we can come here and win, and they've targeted the 4 games before the split, thinking, right, Kilmarnock second bottom, Livingston bottom, Dundee all but safe, Muller will be a tricky one. But everyone's fighting for points, for their lives, or whatever it is. You know, Kilmarnock are fighting for survival in the Premier League. Livingston will be doing the same. Dundee want to be the best team in Dundee. Motherwell want to now probably finish 4th if they can. Try and put pressure on the teams above. It's going to be difficult. So there's not a team in this league that's not got nothing to play for. But possibly Aberdeen, I would say. But Dundee and Dundee United have got something, because they want to be the best in Tayside. That's all it is at the moment for them, because they can't get in the top 6. So all these clubs in the league, with the exception of probably Aberdeen, have got something to play for.
Yeah, I mean, you still expect, Derek McInnes is not the type of manager who's going to accept that kind of attitude. If that's indeed what it is, it comes down to a question of believing their own press or however you want to put it. I mean, certainly at half time he's going to let them know that that's unacceptable, surely.
Well, I can see Chesnikov warming up, so I think he would be the obvious one to come on at the start of the second half. And would it be Kazaridis possibly coming off, or does he go with the wingers and take Kabore off and play Braga through the middle, go with Chesnikov and Kazaridis in the wider areas? He's got a lot, his armoury, Derek. Although he's got some out, he's still got a lot on that bench that can come on and change the game, and it looks like Chesnikov's the one that's going to get the nod. But he could have taken, with the exception of Braga, he could have taken anyone off, really. Kabore's a trier, right, but it looks as if I don't know what he's got on his feet. He must have slipped 4 or 5 times. He does some great things, then he'll miscontrol the ball. We've not seen Spittle, we've not seen Leonard. Kazaridis is flat to deceive at the moment. So as far as Hearts are concerned, Derek can take any one of them off, with the exception of Braga, and they won't have a complaint after that opening 45 minutes.
I think the concern, Alan, I've not seen a lot of Hearts live this season, but certainly I look at the two teams and the desire from Kilmarnock's there. They want it more than Hearts at this moment in time, which is really surprising for me, knowing what's at stake for Hearts today and tonight. And again, just the lack of control that they've had in that first half. I was expecting to come here and watch a Hearts side who controlled the game for certainly large periods, but they've absolutely not done done that. You've got to give Kilmarnock credit for the way they've approached it, but I'm a little bit surprised just the desire factor that hasn't been there for the Hearts players in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of flabbergasting if you think that they're not at it at this stage of the season. I see Hearts coming back out. Just briefly, Cammy, on Kilmarnock. You spoke about their defensive frailty. It's been a lot better in that regard, hasn't it?
Oh, much better again. They look controlled, but I mentioned it before, Al. One moment changes this game from Hearts. They've got the quality, and I watch Braga. He's lively. He's got excellent quality, so you've got to make sure you're switched on. But certainly tonight they've looked as if they've been much more assured at the back. They've not gifted any opportunities so far, but they need to continue that in the second half.
Alistair, you'll see this as well. Chesnikoff will come on and play wide on the right, so he'll give a bit of support with Curtis playing that side against Steinvender, because he's one that does track back. Kizaridis will now go and play wide on the left, and Braga will play through the middle, and that's a more familiar side for me for Hearts as a front three.
So Kabori coming off in that sense.
Yeah, Kabori off.
Kabori's the man who's been replaced. Well, still no sign of Kilmarnock. Maybe Hearts have been sent out that little bit early. Derek McInnes has said his piece to his players, who must surely know the prize that is on offer. But they trail Kilmarnock by a goal to nil as the home side do emerge from the narrowest tunnel in Scottish football. So that being the case, time to hand back to Rugby Park to the guys Alan Preston, Cammy Bell, alongside match commentator Gerdie Nidsan.
Thank you very much, Al. Well, Chesnikoff, Islam Chesnikoff, just getting a wee cuddle there from Claudio Braga, welcoming him on to the pitch. He is on for Pierre-Landry Kabori. I did wonder if Derek McInnes might be tearing a few strips of paint off the dressing room walls. He sent his team out really early. Hearts have been out a good few minutes before Kilmarnock. We are now set to go Hearts, having already made a change with McEntee coming on for Magnusson. They've made a second change at half-time. Derek McInnes clearly not happy with what he saw from his side in a first half which saw Kilmarnock dominate, saw Kilmarnock score through Schoening Larsson after 17 minutes, and that is the scoreline as we prepare to kick off this second half live on BBC Radio Scotland. The big Saturday night football going Kilmarnock's way so far. What do the league leaders have in reply? As the referee, David Dickinson, gets us underway for the second half. Kilmarnock, as far as I can see, are pretty much unchanged, and why would they change anything? They've played really well, and they'll get an early free kick as well midway inside Hearts territory. So Kelly still have Kelly Roos in goals, Schoening Larsson, Stanger, Dees and Brandon, Polworth, Watson, Tishbola, Curtis, Kilty and Hugo. Schoening Larsson with the goal out on 17 minutes. We'll run through the Hearts team for you. Those two changes, one made earlier and forced through a concussion injury, we think, and the second at half-time there with Chesnikoff coming on. Hearts have to defend this free kick though, played in by Polworth. Early chance for Kilmarnock at the start of this second half. Can Hearts get the ball away? Nice touch from Kizaridis, actually two nice touches, but well, that's showing great appetite for the fray there. Polworth just wanted that a little bit more than either Chesnikoff, who's just come on, or Claudio Braga. It was belted away for a throw-in to Hearts, who have the ball deep inside their own territory. Their goalkeeper Alexander Shvolov will get his first touch of the second half in front of the impressive 4,000 strong Hearts support in the Chadwick stand away to my left. They were not happy at all with what they saw in the first 45 from their team. They will expect quite a lot more from the league leaders, who are inching their way up the far side. The ball, I thought that had gone out, but it hasn't, so Kilmarnock will play on, just get the ball back to their centre halves, and Jamie Brandon's come across there and over this left-hand side. The goal scorer, Schoening Larsson, just exchanges passes with Finlay Curtis. Lovely play from Kilmarnock so far, and well, that's just an arm round the jersey there, and well, Polworth is saying, ref, come on, is that not a yellow card? That's surely a free kick. It is a free kick. Kelly will have it just inside the Hearts half, taken quickly, looking for the run of Finlay Curtis. Steinvender's there, oh, and Curtis nearly gets there now. He's just limping as he takes a wee knock to his right knee there. That's not something you want to see, certainly. Rangers won't want to see that. He's a Rangers player, scored 3 goals early on this season for Russell Martin's Rangers, as it was then. He's a really good player. He's played really well for Kilmarnock this evening. He's back involved in the fray. He's fine. Hearts have the ball on halfway, and Kilmarnock will have the ball deep in their territory, and we'll bring the guys' thoughts in just a second. I'll also run through the Hearts team when I get a second, but it's all action here as Tishbola just overruns the ball, but he's just about kept it in. Shunning Larson plays it in there to Kilty, takes a nice touch, 3 Hearts players around him, has support over on that right hand side. Jamie Brandon's come up from right back, he's had to go back the way though. The ball's chipped to the back post, chance here for Curtis, can he bring the ball across? Oh, he was in so much space. Finlay Curtis, he just couldn't get purchase on the left foot, and on that right hand side Hearts were absolutely all over the place.
I think if he's on his right side, he whips that back. It's because it's on his awkward left for him, doesn't get enough on it. Great chance again for Kilmarnock.
Well, the home side started the second pretty much the way they started the first, on the front foot, playing in Hearts half. Hearts, I will run through the team now just quickly. Schwoloff in goal, Steinbender, Halkett, McCart and Milne, McEntee, Leonard, Spittle, Braga, Chesnikov and Kiziridis. Hearts having made a couple of changes with Kabori going off at half time, and now Kilmarnock have come forward through the industry of Joe Hugo, who just nicked that away from Jamie McCart. Now the Kilmarnock Cavalier coming to assist him. He's just held up the ball well to the edge of the area. What can Kilmarnock do here? Shot comes in edge of the area. Oh, it was Greg Kilty there just with a curling right foot effort. It was wide of the left hand post, comfortably wide, but it was nice from Kilmarnock. They still lead by a goal to 0.
Now that sums Hearts up. McCart lets the ball run under his foot under no pressure, then saunters onto it, allowing the Kilmarnock player to close him down and nick the ball. Just really poor defending.
I was going to say, he looked so slow approaching the ball when he's played his misplaced touch, and then Hugo's onto him. It was excellent play from Killy to work it inside, and unfortunately Kilty just can't quite connect with the shot.
It's a curious display so far from the league leaders, who've only lost 4 games of football in this division all season. Are they on for defeat number 5? They will still stay top of the table regardless of the scoreline here. At the moment though, their lead, which was 9, I beg your pardon, it was 9 points over Celtic. It was 7 at full time when they beat Aberdeen 1-0 a couple of weeks ago. That gap is now 2 with Celtic closing in behind them. What do Hearts have in this second half? They have a free kick. Islam Chesnikov's first involvement is to shield the ball well and win that free kick. He's then bundled to the ground. Referee's just telling him to get up, and Hearts will have it over on that left hand side. Kiziridis has a run at the edge of the area. Good play from the Greek, cuts in on his right foot, then he slips, falls over, and he has to go over to Harry Milne, and the momentum of that Hearts attack just breaks down for the moment. They still have the football though, they still have it in Kilmarnock territory. They trail by a goal to 0 live here on BBC Radio Scotland. They're trying to get Harry Milne towards the corner flag. That's nice defending over on that right hand side, and Kilmarnock will clear their lines through Jamie Brandon up towards halfway. Killy 1, Hearts 0, 50 minutes played.
As you say, Kerridine, excellent defending from Jamie Brandon. They tried to play it round about him. Harry Milne tries to get on the overlap, but Brandon reads it.
Claudio Braga has 2 Killy players around him. He's shielded the ball well, though, the Portuguese star, but he's lost it. He's won it back there. That's just typical of his industry. If he makes a mistake, he goes back and recovers the ball. A manager is going to love that kind of work rate, as well as all his goals. Hearts have the ball, but it's back inside their own half. It's not where they want it. Kilmarnock's press and energy is really good, and I think they're going to win themselves a throw-in for their efforts there. That's good play from Shunning Larson, who's been defensively solid. He's scored his first ever Kilmarnock goal, and Hearts are in here because Killy have made a mistake. Robbie D's mistake. Will he be bailed out by Tishbola? No, still Hearts have it. Blair Spittle, left-footed shot. Goalkeeper makes the save. It wasn't angled enough, the shot. It was reasonably powerful, but it was pretty much straight down the middle. Therefore, straight down Kelleroos's throat. It was a save that you would have made easily, Cammy Bell.
Again, that's a warning sign for Kilmarnock. Trying to overplay it. Robbie D's just gets caught in 2 minds. Does he pass short or does he play long? For me, it was just one he needed to go and turn it over the full-back again, like they done in the first half. They lose the ball and Blair Spittle ends up with a shot from the edge of the box, but it was a comfortable save for the Killy goal.
Dugout watch. Derek McInnes has just paced to the back of his technical area. He's not too happy, he's frustrated. He's having a bit of a chat with his backroom staff. Neil McCann, he had his hands in his pockets a moment ago, just nonchalantly watching the play. It's going Kilmarnock's way so far, but Hearts might try and do something about that now. Oisin McEntee down this right hand side, plays it infield. It's a poor ball though, and Kilmarnock will pick up with David Watson in acres of space as Aaron Tishbola looks up to his left hand side and sees Finlay Curtis also in acres of space down this left hand side. Now he's just outside the penalty area. 1 step over, 2nd step over, right footed curling shot is deflected away. Hook shot comes in, he's trying to lob the goalkeeper, isn't he, Joe Hugo? Can't quite get purchase on the ball. Another half chance for Kilmarnock. Easy though for the goalkeeper's fall off. Still, Killy lead by a goal to nil.
Again, it was McEntee wins the ball, but then plays a really poor pass, trying to find Spittle again. Hearts are guilty of giving the ball away. That time it's Harry Milne this time. They've just been dreadful on the ball tonight.
And like a magnet to the ball is Aaron Tishbola, who's been on to absolutely everything in the heart of the Kilmarnock midfield. What a game he's had so far in these 52 minutes and 40 seconds that we've played, with the scoreline Kilmarnock 1, the league leaders Hearts 0. Neil McCann looking a little bit frustrated, probably for the first time in the match. He just slapped his thigh there as the ball went against him. It's going to be a free kick to Hearts.
I think Derek's going to gamble now. Altena looks like that's Altena looks like he's coming on. Well, he takes Steinvender off, which is a risk because Altena's not the best defensively. He's great on the ball, good going forward, but not the best defensively. And that would be a danger against Finlay Curtis.
It's been one of those games. We have had absolutely everything. We've had a good goal, we've had chances, we've had really good saves, we've had Hearts already making 2 substitutions. We've only played 53 minutes. They're about to make their third of the match. Killy maybe sensing more goals here, are coming down the left hand side with the impressive Rangers loanee Finlay Curtis. On his right foot plays the ball in field. Just as I say, he's impressive, he's given that away, but Kilmarnock's industry wins it back. Tishbola plays a lovely ball. Oh, you could see what Kilty was trying to do. He was just trying to nudge the ball into the path of Joe Hugo, who would have been in on goal. He just couldn't quite get the execution right, and it breaks down once again. Killy 1, Hearts 0.
It's been a good first 10 minutes of the second half for Kilmarnock. They started the way they left the first half. Hearts again still not started the game, which I'm so surprised at. I've not seen a lot of them, Alan. Is this the poorest you've seen them?
Yeah, undoubtedly. You know, when you've won 19 games, they've been on top, they're on the front foot, they're putting pressure on sides, they're winning second ball. But you've got to give, it's all down to Kilmarnock. You can't say anything otherwise, and then Kilmarnock have been sensational. They've been brilliant tactically, they've been spot on.
Here comes Islam Chesnikov. Guess who tackled him? Aaron Tishbola. He is literally everywhere for this Kilmarnock team. Has he taken a slight knock there because he started to limp? He's nudged the, just as I've given him the huge praise there, he's nudged the ball out straight out of play for a throw into Hearts. However, the energy, I'd love to see his heat map.
Yeah, he's done very well. Yeah, I mean, all Kilmarnock, there's not a failure in the Kilmarnock side so far.
Hearts have the ball on halfway. Altena, their third substitute after 55 minutes, is about to come on. We'll see who he's going to come on for in just a second, but that just tells you that it's not been Hearts' night at all. One substitution they were forced into, with Magnusson taking the head knock and McEntee replacing him, but Landry Kabori was hooked at half time for Islam Chesnikov, and now Jordi Altena is going to come on for the remaining 35 minutes of this match, in which Hearts trail by a goal to nil. They have the ball in midfield with Leonard. Plays a nice looking ball down the left hand side to the on-rushing Harry Milne. The cross into the middle is not great. Milne will get a second stab, plays it across to the back post. Oh, and it was powerful. It's just not quite accurate enough. It'll go out for a Kilmarnock goal kick, and Hearts will make the substitution.
Was it Robbie Dees at 3-cell that almost scored their own goal? Now that change is made. Altena on.
Yeah, on comes Jordi Altena, and Michael Steinvender is replaced, so Hearts' third change of the match.
Technically very good, really good on the ball. You'll see him going forward, Cammy, he's a good player. Just defensively it's a real concern because Curtis has been sensational. Yeah,
I was going to say it's probably one of Kilmarnock's biggest threat if they can get Finlay Curtis on the ball.
Kilmarnock trying to play out from the back. The goal scorer, Shunning Larsson, just stabs the ball towards Hugo, doesn't reach him though because Halkett plays it back into Killy territory, and Altena takes his place. The Dutch right back, his 9th appearance for Hearts for the 22-year-old. He was only signed in January from RKC Waalwijk. He's made a decent impression, I think, Al, so far.
Yeah, no, he's really good technically, very good on the ball. I just worry, I think he's probably better as a wing back or even better as a right midfield player because he's good ability on the ball.
Kilmarnock leading by a goal to nil at Rugby Park in your big Saturday night football on BBC Radio Scotland. Earlier, of course, Aberdeen 1, Falkirk 1, Celtic 3, Motherwell 1, 0-0 between Hibs and Livingston. A good 1-0 win for St Johnstone today over Ross County after Partick Thistle won at Morton last night. The gap at the top of the table right now, because Kilmarnock are winning here, is 2 points. Jordi Altena trying to do something about that just now. A nice dip of the shoulder to send Finlay Curtis the wrong way, who just bars them to the ground, and the Dutch right back will win a free kick for Hearts, which is taken quickly. Halkett playing it across to Jamie McCart over on that left hand side. Hearts pushing a lot of bodies forward. Kilmarnock having to be pretty resolute in their shape as they have pretty much everyone back inside their own half. The ball's on halfway with Altena, who tries to take on a couple of Kilmarnock players. That's the wrong decision. He's lucky though, the ball runs away and it will run all the way over to the left hand side, and Kizaridis will pick up there for Hearts. He'll try and have a run at the Killy backline. Comes in field, Blair Spittle outside the area, thinks about a shot inside, goes left to Harry Milne on the left foot. In comes the cross, it's too deep for Chesnikov, it goes over his head, and he'll just about keep the ball in. I thought the referee had blown the whistle there, but he hasn't. We play on. Chesnikov, left-footed cross is decent. It's headed high into the air by the Killy defence. Couple of headers, gets the ball away up towards that right-hand side near the halfway line. The ball's on halfway now. Hearts may be building up a little bit of a head of steam here. Kizaridis down that left-hand side. The Hearts fans away to my left, urging their team forward. Kizaridis pass played across to Altena via a deflection. Back to Harry Milne, who's come a long way infield. He's tackled, and Kilmarnock will have a break on here. David Watson crosses the halfway line, sprinting over on that right hand side. Jamie McCart comes across to mark him. Watson looks up, plays a long ball right across to this left hand side. It was probably his only option. Finlay Curtis has the ball on this left hand side near the corner flag. Now he comes back to Shoning Larson. Tishbola for Kilmarnock. They just slow it down. They come back midway into the Hearts half, back towards halfway. They're just playing keep ball. They've chipped it towards Greg Kilty now, who plays a loose touch on his chest. Hart should nick in there. Kilty wins it back. Good industry from him. Derek McInnes wants a free kick that is not coming. He's absolutely furious. Derek McInnes is near enough on the pitch, never mind outside his technical area. Fourth official just telling him to take a couple of steps back. The Hearts manager wants to get involved. His team are trailing by 1-0. Killy have largely dominated so far, and Hearts have just hooked the long ball forward. Stanger's underneath that for Kilmarnock. It's well won though in midfield though. It was Oisin McEntee who played it to Braga. Back to McEntee hugging the right hand touchline. He wraps his right foot around the ball. He can't get it by his man though. It's out for a throw in. Two Hearts taken quickly to Altena. He has Blair Spittle just outside the Kilmarnock penalty area. This is a bit better from Hearts. They're trying to get themselves back into the game. They're trailing by 1-0. Live on BBC Radio Scotland. Killy back in their defensive shape. Hearts trying to stab the ball round the corner. They want a free kick. Blair Spittle is like a big shriek, and the referee is giving the free kick with a bit of a delay. Neil McCann says that is not a free kick. Lad, your thoughts?
I don't know if the assistant, who's probably got the best view on it, does he have a word in his ear and say it's a foul?
Yeah, I think so, Al. Certainly there was a huge delay from the referee.
There was a big shriek from Blair Spittle trying to convince the referee that he was fouled. David Dickinson eventually blew for it, so Hearts have a free kick. It is wide on the right hand side. It's only maybe 5 or 6 yards in from the right hand touchline. It's maybe 25-27 yards from the goal line. It's a perfect opportunity for Harry Milne to bend it in left footed. Blair Spittle could take it right footed, which would be an outswinger.
And he get that ball off the pitch.
Yep.
For the second time in the game, there are 2 balls on the pitch. Last time it was Jamie McCart, near enough had to juggle both of them.
Excellent area for a good delivery into the box. This really dangerous.
Potential here for Hearts. They trail by 1-0. Who's going to take this free kick, Spittle or Milne? Harry Milne runs over it, right-footed, curls in from Spittle, up go the heads. Oh, Braga. Now that's Braga with a header. I think, did that come off a Hearts player just before it got to him? Maybe it put him off. He timed the jump all wrong. He heads it woefully wide, and it's still Killy 1, Hearts 0.
I think that's a half chance for Braga again. He gets decent connection on it. I'm not sure if there's somebody in his sight, but he certainly heads it 3 or 4 yards wide. It's no threat to the Kilmarnock goal, but certainly from here it looked as if a half opportunity for Hearts.
Yeah. For a little guy, he's very good in the air. You know, and it's a decent ball in from Spittle there. Milne runs over it, Spittle whips it in, and Braga gets there first. Just can't direct it on target.
15 goals so far in this wonder season for Claudio Braga and Hearts, 12 of them in the league. He's had a couple of sniffs tonight, but he's yet to find the net. Same goes for Hearts as a whole, because they trail on BBC Radio Scotland by 1-0. 17 minutes are on the clock. Then Mikael Schoening Larsson, the Estonian international, scored his first goal for Kilmarnock, and that is still the difference between these two. as Kiziridis takes a touch beyond Tishbolan. David Watson's there for Kilmarnock, and one of the Hearts players falls down. It's a little bit untidy and scrappy at the moment, and Hearts have just belted a ball forward. It's now back on halfway, and Harry Milne just wants to try and calm things down. He's headed it back to Craig Halkett. Hearts usually like to play it on the deck, and that's what they are doing just now as we tick over 62 minutes. The league leaders trailing by a 1-0 here at Rugby Park, where Kilmarnock have been on it right from the first whistle. You just sense that Hearts are probing, they're enjoying a lot of possession at the moment and just trying to find a foothold in this second half, trying to get themselves up the park to get that equaliser. Nice pass there from the substitute Altena to Leonard, has Chesnikov going outside him. Leonard cuts in field just outside the Hearts penalty area. Now he plays the ball into the box. A good head flick there. That should be a corner to Hearts, and it was a header that had to be made because there were 2 or 3 Hearts players there in a threatening position, and Hearts will have a corner kick.
Yeah, it was better play. Good ball from Altena to start it. He's into Leonard, who drives forward, then cuts in on his left foot. Not a lot of pace on the cross, but the Kilmarnock defender, I think it's Robbie Dees, flicks it and gets it away for a corner.
The first, I think, of the second half, is it? Hearts' 6th corner of the game as a whole. Mark Leonard will take it from the far side, right-footed, in swinger, and it comes. The goalkeeper punches, not too convincing. Well, actually, no, in fairness, it clears the box. Did well there, Killarus, and Kilty helps out, but he's penned in near his own corner flag, and he just can't quite judge the clearance. And Hearts will have a throw in. Is there some activity on the substitutes bench for Kilmarnock? Yes, there is. Killy are about to make a substitution. Not sure if Hearts will let them do it though, because they want to take the throw in quickly.
Lowry on.
So the substitution coming for Kilmarnock. It's David Watson, slightly surprisingly for me, coming off. Watson's done well. And coming on for Killy is Tom Lowry. What do you reckon to that, Cammy?
Yeah, listen, you could say that about all the Kilmarnock players. I think they've all had a real influence on the game so far, whether it's just to bring a little bit of energy back into the game. Watson's put a lot into it. He's been up and down.
A little bit of fresh legs for them there. Hearts are coming into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Can they do anything from this long throw-in, which I think is Leonard launching it long, and McEntee, I beg your pardon. Back it comes, no, it was Leonard, to the back post, and out comes the goalkeeper. And it's easy for Killarus, who will take his sweet time, I fancy, here, and just try and buy a few extra seconds for his team. Hearts are enjoying maybe their best spell in the game so far. Not really created any clear-cut chances, but the ball has definitely been in Kilmarnock's half. More than it has Hearts in these last 5-10 minutes or so. Jordi Altena's had a good impact as a substitute since he's come on. He's just lost out there though, but he's done really well to win the ball back. His jersey is tugged, but still he plays on. That's really good energy from him, and he gets a round of applause from his manager, Derek McInnes. Hearts have the ball on halfway. Blair Spittle tries to play it round the corner for Kiziridis. That wasn't good though, and Killy should pick up. Can they clear the lines? They can't. Hearts' energy and desire to get the ball back pays off. Spittle and Kiziridis combining over on that left-hand side. Kiziridis looks up, sees what his options are, comes on his right foot to the edge of the area. Altena was screaming for a pass that didn't come. Jamie Brandon's done really well. He's cut inside a couple of players. The break is on here for Kilmarnock. Well, it's not, because the pass was poor, and Hearts will get the ball all the way back to goalkeeper Schwolo, who will play the ball into Killy's half. Just too much pace on the pass. Kilty was nowhere near it. Or Killy getting a free kick for a barge in the back there on Kilty. They are.
Like Jamie McCart, not been his finest games. You can see this, it just runs into the Killy player and just wipes him out. Kilty, I think it is, he takes him right out.
Moments before that, Jamie Brandon, excellent defending. Again, wins the ball back, just doesn't execute the pass because it was an opportunity for Killy to get away on the break. Underplays the pass, and Hearts are able to pick the ball up.
So Kilmarnock, who lead by a 1-0 here at Rugby Park, live on BBC Radio Scotland, have a free kick inside the Hearts half, just to the right of centre. And it comes now towards the edge of the area. One of the Killy players gets ahead to it. Hearts should get the ball clear, which they do. And there's a chase on now. And Chesnikov's done well. He's got the ball on halfway, plays it infield. Leonard's done really well to try and slip the ball to Braga. Gets it back, lovely footwork, lovely play from Hearts. Leonard looks up, sees it. Blair Spittle's in plenty of space. Kiziridis is also in space out on that left-hand side, on the edge of the Kilmarnock penalty area. He steps inside, he goes down. He's never getting a penalty for that. And he pushes one of the Kilmarnock players. There's boos from the home fans. The Hearts support away to my left was claiming for it. Not a chance that's ever a penalty kick. Hearts play on. Jamie McCart plays the big crossfield diagonal. Chesikov comes inside his man, he's done well. Chesikov gets it to Braga, edge of the area. Braga now has Blair Spittle, who just can't quite. Oh, he does get to the ball. Has it gone out? The goalkeeper comes. Braga gets to the ball, but the keeper gets there first. It's gone out for a goal kick. Well, Chesnikov made a bad ball into a good one, but Hearts couldn't quite capitalise, and Killie will have to just try and calm things down. It's been a frenetic last few minutes, but it's still Killie 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, Kilmarnock again, it's Larsson just ball watching. He allows the ball to drop. Chesnikov does excellent to come on to it, but Larsson needs to go and meet the ball to clear it. It creates that opportunity for Hearts, but just that final bit of quality for Hearts is lacking at the moment.
Yeah, I think Kilmarnock have caused their own problems.
Yeah,
There's not been a lot of them, but they've caused their own ones with a heavy touch or a misplaced pass.
The home fans are trying to re-energise their side, who lead by a goal to 0. 68 minutes played here. Killie have the ball on halfway, but Hearts are snapping into the tackles. There's plenty of heart and desire and fight from Hearts, maybe just not the usual level of quality so far, but they only trail by 1. It's a slender advantage that Kilmarnock have, and Hearts are trying to win the ball back in midfield. It's scrappy at the moment, but Harry Milne might be able to bring a bit of composure to the play just now. Now he puts it down onto his left foot, plays it infield to Kizaridis, who's getting booed by the Kilmarnock fans because he went down trying to buy a penalty. Leonard plays it back to Milne. Hearts playing keep ball midway inside the Kilmarnock half. You'll know who has the ball from the boos that ring round, and he's won a free kick that the Kilmarnock players and manager cannot believe.
As a foul, he's been pushed over. I get it, the Kilmarnock fans, he's a hate figure at the moment, but he was pushed over in the back there.
Kilmarnock are going to make another change with Dom Thompson stripped to come on.
Yeah, I agree it was a foul. Kilmarnock need to get control of the game a bit. Hearts haven't really threatened them towards the goal, but they've certainly played a lot more in Kilmarnock's half in the last 10 minutes.
A free kick to Hearts in a reasonably promising position for them. It's wide on the left hand side, it's midway inside the Kilmarnock half, and it's played into the penalty area just now to the back. Oh, it's woeful. It's absolutely woeful. Hence the ironic cheers. It's gone beyond everybody and out harmlessly for a goal kick. Killie 1, Hearts 0.
I think that sums Hearts' performance up. Overhit, underhit, miscontrolled, misplaced. It's been a dreadful performance from them. And it's not often you can say that. After 19 wins, they've been terrific. It's just an off night, but it's an off night if you can maybe get away with 1 or 2 of an off night. Not with 5, 6, 7, 8 plus having an off night, I'm afraid, for them. But all credit to Kilmarnock, they deserve it. They've been terrific.
Shooning Larsson and Kilty going off. Dom Thompson coming on with Rory McKenzie. Double change for Kilmarnock, who'd already made a change with Tom Lowry replacing David Watson.
Yeah,
so 3 changes apiece.
Yeah, fresh legs for me. Thompson slotting for Larsson at left back, and then McKenzie will be in that midfield higher up. Loads of experience, Rory McKenzie.
442 games now for Kilmarnock, 26 goals, 44 assists. He has been here a long time, made his debut back in 2011 against Inverness Cali Thistle. His testimonial year, isn't it? I think they had a dinner back in July, was it? Maybe a game against Ayr United as well. What impact can he have on what remains of this match, which is less than 20 minutes now? The time is ticking on if you're a Hearts fan and Hearts player and Hearts management team. Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0, 71 minutes played at Rugby Park. Changes made by both sides. Hearts trying for an equaliser. Kilmarnock trying to either manage this game out or get the insurance of a second goal. Dom Thompson, who's just come on, takes a bit of a poor touch, and he's just played the ball out of touch rather than into the trajectory of Finlay Curtis, and Hearts have the throw in, which is taken quickly. It's back now with their goalkeeper Alexander Schwolow. The Hearts fans behind him, well, they're not their normal cheery, loud selves. They haven't seen the usual performance from their side. They're trailing by a goal to 0. Hearts needs an equaliser, but 1 point is not really what they came for here tonight. At the moment, all 3 are staying with the home side. Hearts have the ball over on their left-hand side. Harry Milne and Kizaridis. Again, the boos go around from the Kilmarnock fans.
Too many backward passes. They've gone nowhere. It's too slow, it's too predictable. It's down one side, slow back down the other. when Kizaridis gets one-on-one with a full-back, he's got to take him on. Turning back, it's not going to cut it tonight, I'm afraid.
It's really disciplined from Kilmarnock. You can see a wall of blue and white striped jerseys, frustrating Hearts, and the man doing it just now is Aaron Tishbola, who's just gone over the score a wee bit, giving away a free kick, and Hearts take it quickly.
Again, Hearts have been miles off it tonight, but all it takes is that one moment, one little bit of magic, and they've got players on the pitch that can produce that. You look at wee Claudio Braga, excellent.
Harry Milne now is inside the penalty area, plays the ball across, goalkeeper's parried, and a great tackle goes in there. Claudio Braga was about to pounce, and one of the Killie players just hooked it away, and it'll be a free kick, I think, for the attentions of Claudio Braga, maybe a high boot. Free kick Killie 1, Hearts 0, now 72.5 minutes played.
Yeah, it's been a good game. I've enjoyed it. You know, Kilmarnock have come with a real purpose and a real energy. You know, and you wonder that, you know, Livingston probably coming off a good point at Easter Road, thinking, right, we're back in it, catching up in the team above us, and this is a terrific performance from Kilmarnock so far. St Mirren tomorrow, got to prove, because that'll be, it stays like it is.
Here come Killie now up the other end, and Hearts have just done well to get bodies in the way. Played up towards Braga, who takes another brilliant touch and spins away from his man. He's just too cute with the pass, which is going to run out exactly on the halfway line in front of his frustrated manager, Derek McInnes, who is wondering where this equaliser might be coming from. Killie 1, Hearts 0. Dom Thompson, who's just come on. He's just come on, but already his socks are rolled down to his ankles. Just like Claudio Braga, who actually for once hasn't. What's happened to him? He normally does that, but he's just pulled them up. Scenes here at Rugby Park as Hearts have some defending to do. Jamie McCart just plays the ball along the touchline. Altena can't keep it in. It'll be a throw in to Hearts, and there's just a little bit of wrestling there. Aaron Tishbola getting involved with, was it Chesnikov? And they're still having a chat, and some of the Killie players are literally pushing Islam Chesnikov away. Now Chesnikov and Tishbola are getting a wee talking to from the referee. Both of them are pleading their case. Referee David Dickinson says, I'm in charge, calm down lads. It's going to be a throw into Kilmarnock. It's level with the Hearts 18-yard line. There are just over 15 minutes of this match left, and still Kilmarnock lead by a goal to nil, as they have done since the 17th minute, when Michael Schoening-Larsen tucked in his first goal for the club. Hearts will get a free kick there. It's a high boot from Dom Thompson, who's just come on.
He's got to get a yellow card, unfortunately. Robbie Deasy's just smashed the ball away.
Well, that is unnecessary. It wasn't him that made the foul, and he's got a yellow card for kicking the ball away, and now he's going to have to mind his P's and Q's for these last frantic final 15 minutes or so at the heart of the Kilmarnock defence.
You can see Hearts getting frustrated.
Yeah, completely. They've not played well. You know, they've been disappointing. It's just been too slow and too ponderous. I think Leonard could be going by playing up for another 10 yards. He's gone back into playing virtually as a, you know, one of a back three now.
Yep.
Hearts have the ball in the centre circle, played now out to this right hand side, and Craig Halkett's over here. Well, he's vacated centre half for a minute, which could be problematic if Kilmarnock can make anything of that. There's a wild swipe there. The referee's allowed play on though, because Finlay Curtis is in here. Finlay Curtis takes a touch. He's fouled there, surely, right on the edge of the penalty area. I don't think it's going to be a penalty because it's outside the box, but what colour is the card? Yellow for Craig Halkett. The boos ring around Rugby Park from the home fans. I think they wanted a penalty, and I think they wanted a different colour of card, but I'm pretty sure David Dickinson has called that one spot on.
Nah, I think so. I don't think it's the last man. I think there's McCart possibly around the cover, but you know, again, it's Hearts' own fault, and it's a poor pass from Leonard, really poor. You know, they've caused their own downfall.
Again, it was good play. Mackenzie does well to hold it up, and Finlay Curtis just knocks it past into the space, uses his speed against Halkett. I think you're right, Kerradine. I think the referee called that one right. It looked as if Hearts had the covering defender over, and it was just on the edge of the box as well.
I take it they're not waiting for anything, Kerradine. There's nothing.
No indication. No indication at the moment.
I think the referee has got it right. I really do. I think it's outside the box, which we clearly seen, because we could see that. But I'm sure I think it was McCart that was on the cover, so it wasn't last man.
So Kilmarnock have a free kick just outside the penalty area. It's not far away from the edge of the box though, so that'll give you an idea of just how far over to the left hand side it is. However, You could easily shoot from here. You could also just chip it into the big men up from the back. Dom Thompson can curl it left-footed. Aaron Tishbola, does he fancy this right-footed? 76, nearly 70.
You've got to hit this.
Dom Thompson curls it into the back post, looking for a header, and it's going to roll out harmlessly. What a waste.
Oh, complete
Incredible.
waste. And I think Tishbola's having a go at him, because I think he was going to hit it. And I think Thompson flights it in. It's 19 yards out.
Yeah,
you've got strike it goal.
You've got to take a shot from that position, and you can hear the frustration from the Kilmarnock fans. Just get a shot on target. Really poor decision.
Not just the Kilmarnock fans who are frustrated. Neil McCann and his assistant Billy Dodge just had a wee exchange of words down there. Neil McCann was literally scratching his forehead at the execution of that free kick. However, in the grand scheme of things, he's fairly happy. His team are winning. They're beating the league leaders by a goal to nil. Kilmarnock have only won 4 games in this division all season. Are they set for what would be a really precious 3 points against the team at the top of the Premiership? They only have to manage out 12 and a bit more minutes plus stoppage time. Hearts, though, well, they're trying hard. They're down the left-hand side. Blair Spittle has the ball. There's a phalanx of Kilmarnock players just blocking their path, though. They've been really disciplined and organised and energetic in the way they've defended Kilmarnock, and when they've been up the other end of the pitch, they've been quite enterprising. Hearts just give the ball away. Roddy McKenzie skips past a couple of players, a substitute who's just come on. He's looking up for options. He plays it down the right-hand side. Hearts are trying to get the men back now, one of whom is Harry Milne, who's done really well to play it to Spittle on the halfway line. There are too many Kilmarnock bodies in the way, though. It's a blue and white wall of defiance at the moment. One of the Hearts players can't even get up. The referee's stopped proceedings.
Spittle turns, his ball's played in from Milne. Milne's down injured at the moment. He plays it into Spittle, and Spittle turns, opens his body up, but he gets clattered, rightly so, by the Kilmarnock player. He shows him the ball, and then Spittle's angry, he's on the ground, but all credit to the Kilmarnock player. I think it's Polworth in there. I think he's put in a strong challenge and a fair challenge.
Rangers, Hibs, Aberdeen, St Mirren, the only teams to beat Hearts so far in this division. Is the name of Kilmarnock about to be added to that list for only Hearts' 5th defeat of an extraordinary season so far? We have just over 10 minutes to go here at Rugby Park, where still the hosts lead by that early 17th minute goal from left back Mikael Schöning-Larsson. Hearts striving to get something from this match. They've got 10.5 minutes in which to do so. They can't make any headway, though, against that blue and white defensive wall. They're playing the ball across the halfway line. Leonard comes infield to the centre circle. He goes right across the pitch, in between a couple of players, actually. Milne has to come back to get it, to play it to McCart.
McCart doesn't want to step in. He keeps on playing backwards.
And Leonard's now the deepest man.
McCart might play the ball in now. No, he goes to Harry Milne, but puts a lot on that. Milne does well to take that touch. He's still got the ball. He's near the corner flag. Can he deliver across? Harry Milne tries to now. Kilmarnock try and clear their lines from their own byline. It goes out for a throw in to Hearts. Will their pressure pay off? 80 minutes played. They'll have a throw in as Kurjota will become the 4th Hearts substitute of the evening. Hearts have already taken the throw in, though, have they? Yes, they have. Referee says play on. In comes the delivery from the left-hand side. Heather Braga off one of the Kilmarnock players. Well, that'll go for a corner kick, and Claudio Braga is holding his head in his hands because he knows by his standards that was a decent chance in a decent area inside the penalty box, and they'll have to settle for a corner kick.
Yeah, and it hits Dom Thompson. He doesn't know much about it. It just ricochets off him and goes out.
So
going for it now.
Harry Milne is coming off, and Saba Kurjota will come on. Milne's put in a pretty good shift down that left-hand side. He kind of trudges off. You'd just about give him pass marks, I think, tonight, Harry Milne. What can Hearts do from this corner kick? In it comes, right-footed, it's swung to the back post. Header there. Kilmarnock are in trouble here, possibly. In comes a shot. Well, can Halkett get his shot away? As a 10-15 bodies in about
He's got to hit
8 or 9 yards of space. Kilmarnock have cleared the danger. There'll be a throw into Hearts.
We're waiting on or something.
Has it come off a hand or something? There's a delay in play. They're delaying the throw into Hearts. The referee or maybe VAR want to look at something, or maybe Hearts just want to take the long throw in. No. Across comes Mark Leonard. It will be a throw in to Hearts. Kilmarnock just about got that ball away. Watkins will be coming on for Kilmarnock. In comes a throw, and it's not a good one. Kilmarnock now batter the ball away. Marley Watkins will join the fray for the closing 8 minutes or so, with Kilmarnock still leading Hearts by a 1-0 in the big Saturday night match on BBC Radio Scotland. Alan Preston, Cammy Bell and Kerdy Nidsan watching on to see whether Hearts can find an equaliser. They're trying just now. The goalkeeper has to come off his line to throw himself at Claudio Braga's feet, and he'll just dive onto the ball, and Kilmarnock will actually make a double substitution, will they? Marley Watkins is coming on, and Jack Thompson as well. Killarusto will play the ball forward, and Killy will have to wait to make that double change. Hearts will play on. Killy pick up midway inside Hearts territory. Fishbola gets it out to Finlay Curtis. Lovely spin turn from Curtis. Has it on his right foot. Finlay Curtis! Oh, he's curling it towards the top left-hand corner. He can't quite keep it down though. Hearts will have a goal kick. 83 on the clock. Killy 1, Hearts 0.
Again, good play. Fishbola gets it out to Curtis. He's on this left-hand side. Always looking to check into that right foot. Just can't quite guide it into the top corner.
So Joe Hugo's coming off.
Finlay Curtis as well. He's been quite sensational.
Brilliant, excellent tonight.
So Marley Watkins will come on, as will Thompson. That's Hugo just taking his sweet time. The right changes, Cammy, for you?
Yeah, again, what Marley Watkins offers is a physical presence up top. He's experienced as well. He'll buy fouls and get you up the pitch. So it's probably where Kilmarnock are going to find us all. Pinned in for a little bit of a period and having to defend, but they need an out ball.
Yeah, I think it's clever of Neil McCann to bring him on. I really do. I think it's, Marley Watkins will be able to back in, he'll hold it up, he'll win fouls. It's exactly what Kilmarnock will need, because you would expect Hearts to put a little bit of pressure on.
Hearts trying to come forward just now towards the edge of the area, towards Braga, but they just can't find the quality this evening, can Hearts. Neil McCann looking on slightly anxiously as he sees the clock ticking towards 84 minutes. Still Kilmarnock leads by a 1-0. McEntee just inside Kilmarnock territory, wide on this right hand side, down towards Chesnikov. Rory McKenzie throws himself at the ball. Really good, solid defending from Kilmarnock. They're going to give everything from now on in, aren't they, Cammy? Well, they want these 3 points, the home team.
Yeah, again, you can look at it from both points. It's too slow from Hearts, but excellent again from Killy. Good pressing.
Here come Hearts down the right hand side. Kurjota, as he won a corner kick. I don't think he has. Goal kick to Kilmarnock. A round of applause from the home fans.
Yeah, it's been too slow and too ponderous from Hearts, and Kilmarnock have been at it from the first whistle to this at the moment. They've been at it. You can see the desire and the hunger that they've got. They were hurting a couple of weeks ago with that heavy defeat, and they've come and shown tonight what good players they are, and they've given everything for their club.
I'm amazed watching Hearts how negative they've been, how many times they've passed the ball backwards tonight.
Mark Leonard is the one for me. He's been terrific since he's come up from Brighton on loan, but he's played as a third centre half. He's went back and played there. Just push up 10 yards, 15 yards, go and be more effective up the park. Halkett and McCart can do what you're dropping off to do.
Yeah.
The scoreboard still reads Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0. We're into the last 5 minutes of the regulation 90. Is there a twist at both ends of the table? Kilmarnock with the 3 points will join 10th placed, easy for me to say, St Mirren, and Hearts' lead will be cut to 2. They've got a chance now though, over on that left hand side. Kiziridis giving chase. Really good defending though from Kilmarnock. Brandon across there on the right hand side getting a warm round of applause from the Killy fans, who are delighted with the scoreline so far. They do not though want to see a Hearts equaliser. Hearts have the ball. They know that time is running out. They know they can't really afford a 5th defeat of the season if they want to keep this title form going, this momentum that they've built up all season.
They've created nothing. They've created very little. I think there's a chance in the first half. That's really been about it. Not done enough.
What do Hearts have left in these final 4 minutes or so? Once again, there's another ball on the pitch for about the 3rd time in the game. It's off now. Hearts will come forward towards Braga, lays it off. Good defending once again from Kilmarnock. Bodies being thrown in front of the ball. Looks like Kabangu and Kent will be coming on for Hearts. Their final throws of the dice. Hearts have the ball across on the left-hand side. They trail by a goal to nil. Time is ticking away from them. 86.5 minutes played. Another couple of substitutions coming for Hearts. Kizaridis coming off and Kabangu coming on. Kizaridis, I think, has taken a wee walk round the back of the goals. He's getting roundly booed for his troubles. Frankie Kent is already on, looking to see who else is coming off. Blair Spittle coming off, and again he takes the long trip round the back of the goals to get to the dugout. So Kabangu and Kent coming on for Hearts, who have a throw-in over on the far side. They trail by a goal to nil. They're going to launch this into the area.
Tishbola's struggling. He's sat down. I think he's toiling. They're going to have to make a change.
Yeah, again, it's a long throw, and you would just want for him to get up and be a body in the box.
That's cramp, I think, on his right-hand side.
The referee wants the throw-in to be taken. It's taken now. Hearts launched himself at the ball, but it's played out towards the edge of the Kilmarnock penalty area. Can they get away on the break? Kilmarnock, they can't, because Frankie Kent, who's just come on, wins it back from Hearts, which is going to go out for a throw-in over on that far side to the opposing team.
Mayo on.
And Lewis Mayo coming on for Kilmarnock. And Aaron Tishbola is getting a standing ovation from every single Kilmarnock supporter in the ground as he limps towards the halfway line to come off. What a shift he's put in, what a game he's had. He is one of the main reasons why the scoreline on 88 minutes is Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0, and his shift is done. On comes Lewis Mayo.
Yeah, he's been excellent today. Again, really key in that engine room for them. He's had a huge amount of control in the game and put a lot of miles in, so you can see the pain that he's in coming off the pitch.
In comes the long throw-in. Hearts try and get a header onto the ball. Kilmarnock just head the ball high into the area. It's still inside the penalty area. McKenzie scrambles it away for Hearts, just to the edge of the area. Out on this right-hand side now is Saba Kurjota, who's just come on for Hearts. He gets around to his left foot, plays a good ball into the edge of the area, and as a header goes up there, it's going to be a corner kick. Well, the Kilmarnock players thought that was a goal kick. It was a clever ball across towards the back post. Frankie Kent was in there, but a Kilmarnock heads it behind for a Hearts corner kick. They're into the last minute of the regulation 90. Hearts still trailing by a goal to nil. Live on BBC Radio Scotland. Then comes the corner kick away to the back post. It's headed high into the air. Can Hearts get ahead to it? They can't. McKenzie will boot the ball towards halfway. It'll go out of play. Hearts want to take the throw in quickly. They are heading for only their 5th defeat of an excellent season so far. They've got 30 seconds of time left of the regulation 90, but I'm hearing that 6 minutes will be added, so still time for Hearts to find an equaliser. They'll have to up the quality though. The throw in is long towards the edge of the area. Dom Thompson gets a header away, and Marley Watkins plays it back to Rory McKenzie, who chips it forward. Now Watkins is away here. Oh, he just can't quite control the ball, but he's nearly got it back from Altena, who spins away from his attentions. The Hearts player is going to get a free kick. He just has a little word there with Fulworth. 6 minutes are showing on the time added on. That starts right now, because the 90 have come and gone, and still Killie lead by a goal to nil.
Yeah, Watkins is so unfortunate there. It's a brilliant ball down the line from McKenzie. He's on 1v1 at the back, just can't take the ball while I'm running.
Well, there's a yellow card here for one of the Kilmarnock players. I think it's Polworth across there. Hearts will have a free kick. We're now into time added on, the first of 6 minutes. The ball is just inside the Kilmarnock half, so it's a long way from goal, but this free kick will be launched into the Kilmarnock penalty area, because Hearts need a goal, otherwise they're leaving Ayrshire with nothing, and the gap at the top will be down to 2. Kilmarnock clinging on to all 3 points at the moment. Ball actually played short over to that left-hand side. Chesnikoff will take it for a run to the byline towards the corner flag. Has to come back though towards Mark Leonard. Now Leonard right-footed, chips the ball towards the penalty area. Good defending from Kilmarnock. Kurjota with a shot, it ricochets away. I've no idea who that came off. Referee says Kilmarnock player, corner.
He catches it really well. It looks as if it's going on target.
Kurjota with a left-footed shot on target. Another Hearts corner kick. Kilmarnock defending desperately here. Hearts just as desperate to try and find an equaliser. They've trailed by a goal to nil since the 17th minute. We're now approaching the 92nd. In comes the corner. The goalkeeper punches clean. He does well there. Kelleroos. Rory McKenzie looks up to see if he's got any support. Chips the ball into Hearts territory. Out comes the Hearts keeper Alexander Schwoloff to play the ball back into Kilmarnock's half. It's a defensive rearguard action. It's almost like attack v defence at the moment. Kelly will just hack the ball clear now with Brandon. He puts his right boot through the ball. It goes high into the night sky and comes down near the halfway line for a throw in to Hearts, who still trail by a goal to nil. 92 minutes have been played. The ball's chipped towards the edge of the area. Head flicks there, too close to the goalkeeper, and much to the frustration of the Hearts management team and the fans, Kelleroos just flops on the ball, and with 92 minutes and 15 seconds played, it remains Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0.
Yeah, just nothing falling for Hearts. They try to flick it on. It's a flick on that's too close to the goalkeeper and easy for the Kilmarnock goalkeeper to pick up. But listen, Killie have defended really well today. They just need to keep their concentration levels up in this last 2 or 3 minutes.
Could Kilmarnock be in here? Hearts are having to do some defending down near the corner flag. It's Islam Chesnikov who does well to stop the ball going out for a corner, but he's given that away though. There are Kilmarnock bodies over there. Polworth's one of them over on that right hand side. Killie trying to tick down the clock. 93 minutes played, still the lead by a goal to nil. Marley Watkins is in there. The ball is just outside the Hearts penalty area. Kilmarnock in possession, trying to manage out the game. They'll get a throw in. That'll burn away another few seconds. The clock ticks to 93 minutes. Just 3 for Kilmarnock to hang on. They're being encouraged by 3/4 of the ground, who are up on their feet, trying to urge their team to the finish line, trying to cheer their team on to a precious 3 points. They have loved what they've seen tonight. The home fans, that's who you can hear in the background. The Hearts fans at the moment are silent. Killie have the ball down near the corner flag. That should be an offside decision. Hearts will rush to take this quickly. They're going to leave it for the goal. Well, they better make up their mind, because they've just lost a few seconds there in that confusion. Now Schwoloff does sprint over to take it. 93.5 minutes played here. 2.5 minutes left for Kilmarnock to manage it out, or for Hearts to find an equaliser. The gap at the top of the table at the moment is 2. Kilmarnock moving away from Livingston, joining St Mirren on points in 10th place. The Hearts goalkeeper, right-footed Schwolo, chips the ball up towards halfway. We have 2 minutes left of time added on. Kilmarnock at the moment are protecting their slender 1-goal lead. It's scrappy. It's on halfway. Killie chip it over to that right hand side. Hearts are trying to get their foot on the ball. Well, they're never going to do it like that. Chesnikov with the foot miles in the air. It's the easiest free kick given away I've ever seen, and Killie won't rush to take it.
I don't think I've seen too many Hearts players have an off night. Collectively they've been really poor, but you've got to give Kilmarnock all the credit. They've been quite terrific from the first minute.
We're into the final 90 seconds of the match. 94.5 minutes showing. Kilmarnock 1, Hearts 0. Michael Schoening-Larsson's 17th minute goal seems like an eternity ago. That is still the difference between these two sides. Hearts heading for only their 5th defeat of the season. Kilmarnock heading for only their 5th victory of the league season. That tells you about the discrepancy in their positions in the seasons that they've been having. 60 seconds left. The Kilmarnock fans across in the stand opposite me are up on their feet. They are celebrating the win, but they've still got a few seconds to play down.
They've managed it so well though, Kerridine. Yeah. Again, the last 6 minutes you would expect Hearts to be all in Kilmarnock's box, throwing balls in, but they've not. Hearts haven't been able to keep the ball.
No, the Hearts have been too slow, too ponderous. Kelleroos has had an easy night, if the truth be known. He's had that effort from Braga in the first half, but apart from that, Magnussen's had a shot that went wide, so he had nothing to do. He's had a couple of punches to take, but it's been a relatively easy night for him.
We're into the final few seconds here at Rugby Park, and Kilmarnock have the ball exactly where they want it, down by the corner flag over on that right hand side. I make it about 20 seconds left to play as Killie are playing keep ball over there, exchanging passes. An offside flag goes up, so Hearts will have a free kick. They only have 10 seconds to take it and get the ball up the other end of the park, otherwise they are heading for defeat here in Ayrshire. 96 minutes have come and gone. We're now into time added on. In time added on, there goes the final whistle. Kilmarnock celebrate a famous win. They've held on for the victory. Michael Schoening-Larsson's first goal for the club is the only difference between the sides. It's a precious 3 points for Kilmarnock, who move on to 24 points at the bottom of the table, the same as 10th place St Mirren, giving them daylight away from bottom side Livingston. And up at the top of the table, a twist, yet more drama in this incredible Premiership season. Only Hearts' 5th defeat of the season. It means they remain on 63 points. Celtic on 61. The gap at the top is 2. It's a well-deserved victory for Kilmarnock, who are celebrating here at Rugby Park. The Hearts fans away to my left, they're going back over to Edinburgh, disappointed, but when they pitch up at Tynecastle next week, they'll still be top of the pile. They'll still be the Premiership pace setters, but their lead at the top after a dramatic day with Celtic beating Motherwell and Hearts losing here to Kilmarnock. Hearts' lead at the top is down to 2 points. What a fabulous run-in we are set for in the Scottish top flight. Final score here at Kilmarnock, thanks to Michael Schoening-Larsson, is Kilmarnock 1, Heart of Midlothian 0.
Scottish football lives here.
This is Sports Sound.
That is a beautiful finish.
From BBC Radio Scotland.
That is massive.
The Saturday Show with Amy Irons and Stephen Mill.
We talk a lot about football on our show. Being from Maryhill, are you a Thistle fan?
Of course, I still go there. I say that I'm always back in Glasgow. Me and my two boys always got them taking a couple of Thistle games. I absolutely love it.
I am going to tell my dad that, who once played for Partick Thistle, that Robert Carlyle might have actually watched him play.
What was your dad's name?
David Irons.
Oh, aye. There you go.
You can tell your dad that Robert Carlyle knows who he is. He'll be so happy.
Blown away by that.
Listen to The Saturday Show.
Thank him for his service.
Next Saturday at 9 a.m. on BBC Radio Scotland and Sounds.
A magnificent